in January, Bayern Munich announced Georgia Stanway was out for several months with a serious ligament injury. She didn't play until England's game against Spain last month in Barcelona. She played the first 45 minutes. And I think during those months, Tash Dowie, we were all worried about Georgia Stanway. I have this belief that England can't win the Euros without Georgia Stanway, and so happy she's here. And actually, I think she got a little bit emotional when she was asked about those months of recovery.
I mean, first and foremost, to be playing and involved, I just think it's incredible. You know, 5-6 months, and then to get yourself back in any sort of physical condition, let alone actually into the starting 11. And it was lovely to see. I actually had to disagree with her when she said she felt fitter, faster, stronger. I don't see that at the moment, if I'm being honest. I mean, that's great if she feels that, whether or not she's saying the right things rather than actually feeling it. But I don't actually think she's been at her best at all. But we still need her in this team.
Georgia Stanway's best is very, very good. That's a high bar. You know, you're talking on somebody you could debate whether she's actually world class, and I'd probably say she is. But I understand what you're saying. So by that token, do you think that she should be in the 11?
Yeah, because no one offers what Georgia does, in my opinion. You know, she's that kind of nasty midfield player that gets about, puts in the tackles, and then she also can go and score you a goal as well. She's that energy, and I struggle then to kind of see who can come on and do what she does. So I think she still gets in the 11.
I just want to take a moment to talk about Geneva, which we've enjoyed for the last 24 hours or so. First time I've ever been here. What an amazing city. Me and Joe Shannon climbed a mountain. You ran round a lake, scared an England player, which you may want to tell us about, you may not want to tell us about, but what a city this is. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the way you're making out as if you and Joe actually climbed the mountain. You went up a cable car.
Oh, come on. don't come on.
More dangerous.
You're giving away our secrets here. It's the magic of radio.
No, but yeah, honestly, I had a lovely run around the lake, and I saw Alex Bremer walking with her boyfriend Jack, and at the moment I thought it'd be funny to jump out on her and scare her, but actually I think I nearly gave her a heart attack, and she's just messaged me like about a few hours ago before the game saying that she's only just recovered, so hopefully I haven't affected her performance tonight.
Well, Jack, as a lot of people will know, is the former Sheffield United centre-half. Did he not protect her?
Do you know what? Honestly, he was a bad bodyguard, put it that way. I full-on jumped on her and he did nothing.
Amazing. He was the guy who presented her with her 100th cap when she received that earlier on in this tournament. As I understand it, her mum wasn't best pleased that it was Jack, but that's another story. And actually, we could see the mountain up away to our right. And Joe and I, we did climb this. We didn't take a cable car up to the back of the stand, although we both needed one. We went to the back of the stand where the England fans are away to our left yesterday. And the view that those England fans at the back of that stand have got, Tash, is nothing short of phenomenal. It's something that will stay with those fans for the rest of their lives. It's beautiful.
No, it is. And it puts a smile on my face. I know I joke around with you a little bit, but actually I find myself in moments actually just smiling to myself. I was walking around, you know, the city today, seeing someone with Russo, with Mead on the back, and I just think this is where I wanted the game to be. You know, I wanted to see a Dowie shirt on the back of someone's back, and, you know, I think maybe I only saw one, and that was probably my own. So, yeah, no, it's just great to see that, and this is, yeah, it really makes me happy.
Yeah, I saw loads of Russo shirts, actually. She's incredibly popular. I saw a Woban Moy one, which I thought was really great because she's always with the squad, rarely gets a chance. She actually scored against Italy in the 5-1 February last year, I think it was. By the way, scored 5 against Italy in that game. Same goalkeeper for Italy tonight. And I know during moments during that game, she was desperately unhappy, very sad at what was going on during that game, letting all those goals in. She may well have a point to prove tonight in goal.
Yeah, she'll remember that game as well. You know, that would have haunted her slightly, and it's like a centre forward. You have those games that you remember the chances you missed, so she'll want to put that right tonight. I was watching the warm-up. The Italians look super focused, and I think Bonasea said the passion's going to come from this anthem, so I'm excited to see that. Yeah,
it is some anthem, so stand by. The teams are in the tunnel here at the Stade de Genève. The Euro 2025 banner covering the centre circle. The Volunteers just shaking it at the moment. The England cross to the left and the Italian green, white and red stripes to the right. You know, Italian football, as we said earlier, has only been professional in the domestic league a very short time. The national team did make the semis in 1997, but this is the first time since then that has happened. They have come a long way in a short space of time, and there are some Italy fans here. There's fans dressed as Mario and Luigi making noise as well. Loads of Azzurri shirts away to our right, so they are represented. But pretty much as ever with Lionesses games at these Euros and wherever you go, it's the England fans outnumbering everybody else, and the England fans are families. There's mums, there's dads, there's kids, and it's a joyous thing normally to be in and among the Lionesses fans as the teams make their way out onto the pitch. Good to see Leah Williamson leading England out onto the pitch after that injury that we thought might leave her struggling to make the rest of the tournament. No strapping required. This is the England captain, Leah Williamson, Champions League winner. She doesn't need strapping, just get her back out there. She will lead the team, takes her place next to the officials behind the banner, UEFA Women's Euro 2025, and all of a sudden everybody's nerves start going again. Those butterflies in the tummy. Can you take it? Can you cope? As the teams line up in the centre of the pitch. And we bring you the national anthems. First of all, Italy. Brothers of Italy. Wow. Well, if you're not stirred by that, then you need to get some emotion. Brothers of Italy, they're supporting their sisters here tonight. Now let's observe God Save the King. Just how tall Esme Morgan is could be crucial tonight for the Lionesses. Second semi-final tomorrow live on the Talksport network is in Zurich, where England are based. It's Spain against Germany. Winner takes on England in the final, or possibly Italy. It's been a glorious day in Geneva. Let's hope it's a glorious semi-final night live on Talksport. England-Italy Euro semi-final. Here's your Talksport team behind the goal. Former WSL striker Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, and on commentary duty, former England striker Tash Dowie, alongside Joe Shannon.
Thanks, Adrian. At one stage, it looked like the dream had died, but England start the night in Geneva, just 2 games from glory at Euro 2025. And while the run to the semis has been somewhat fortuitous at times, the prospect of the defending champions becoming the first ever England senior side to retain a title and lift a trophy overseas remains. The weight of pressure and history is heavy, the expectation relentlessly high, but if England deliver tonight, there will be yet another major final under Serena Wiegmann. These are the nights that true greats live for. By the end of the evening, England could have Basel in their sights, and with it, the chance to smash yet another glass ceiling, another step maybe to football coming home. Well, England are in their change kit tonight of all black, and so are the Italians, unusually, of light green with white socks for Italy. And Leah Williamson gets the England players into a huddle ahead of kick-off. And no doubt that somewhat the build-up to the game was overshadowed by the horrible racial abuse directed at England's Jess Carter during the tournament. She's on the bench tonight. English football and wider society have rightly rallied around Jess to show support. And the Lionesses feel that taking the knee no longer has the impact that it needs to. And so, in a few moments, they will stand together in solidarity, as will the England subs out of the dugout alongside Jess Carter, and indeed Adam Morehouse, the substitute goalkeeper, and Michelle Adjemang have got their arms linked around Jess Carter too. It is a moving moment, and the message from the Lionesses, from the FA, from England players, true fans and wider society, is that there is never any room for racism. And indeed the families of the England players who are sat just in front of our commentary position, left of the halfway line, are on their feet in support as well. English football is right behind Jess Carter. So Italy will get the semi-final underway. Right to left in the first half, England from left to right. The holders against the surprise package of the tournament for a place in the final. It is box office football, and we're underway on Talksport. And Italy knock the ball straight out of play. England have a throw in their right back position. Hampton in goal. Bronze, Williamson, Morgan and Greenwood. Walsh, Toon and Stanway. James and Hemp either side of Russo up top for England. And Italy have Giuliani in goal, with Oliviero, Lenzini, Salvai, Linari and De Guglielmo at the back. Caruso and Giuliano in the middle. Cantore and Bonansea in support of Girelli up front. England into possession with Greenwood, and England actually almost starting on the ball with a centre defensive three, and Bronze and Hemp as wing-backs. High ball towards Hemp, down that far side the left. Toon is in the middle, it's swept out of play by Salvai for an early England throw. We'll get a word from the former England striker Tash Dowie in just a moment, as Alex Greenwood comes forward for England. So you see the flexibility in the England setup once again, beneath beautiful bright blue skies still, as the sun only just begins to set in the southwestern part of Switzerland, with the mountain Mont Salève high away in the distance. Toon for England, left to right, all in black tonight, and a Toon crosses right-footed, high towards Bronze, who's forward, only half away. Italy struggling to clear their lines. Hemp with a heavy touch, and she has taken the ball out of play on the dead ball line. Goal kick England, and here is Tash Dowie.
Well, first of all, great start by England. We talked about it, they had to have a good start. The Italian team have been the first to score in each four of their games, so it's important that England don't start sloppy. You called it right, Joe, back five, so that kind of 5-4-1. It's really important to know this Italian team don't leave Girelli isolated, but they've been playing that. And for England, like you said, that flexibility of, is it a back three, is it a back four, they can mix it around no matter how they feel in the game.
The ball is on the halfway line for Italy with Cantore. Italy in their first Euros semi-final since 1997, and it could hardly be a tougher assignment against the holders England. The winners, of course, will play Spain or Germany in the final on Sunday in Basel. That'll be live on Talksport. With the floodlights on here, Cantore back to goal for Italy, high up the pitch, but she's being forced away from goal by Greenwood, slowly but surely. How England would love to avoid the drama of the penalties in the victory over Sweden in the quarter-finals last Thursday. I'm not sure I can take another game like that, Tash.
No, I don't think any of us can, but that's good defending by Greenwood. Cantore, that's an area that I definitely think England needs to be aware of. She's got a lot of pace, and Italy will be trying to isolate that 1v1 with Alex Greenwood and then look to get balls into the box for Girelli.
Morgan has the ball for England, and now Walsh, and just in front of the centre circle, Williamson. Back to Hannah Hampton, the England goalkeeper, all in bright orange tonight. England 0, Italy 0, and we are 3 minutes into the game. Williamson again, who I think we always knew was going to play tonight. Serena Wiegmann said there was a clean bill of health yesterday, so any lingering doubts really over whether she'd be fit have long been gone. Greenwood overhits the pass, a raking ball up that left-hand channel, and it'll drift out of play for a goal kick to Italy. And I can see their head coach, Andrea Soncini, who's taken his jacket off. Very smart suits, as always, Italy, but Andrea Soncini in these relatively warm temperatures is barking instructions to his players. And Italy, they have been the surprise team, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, they have. What a job he's done, by the way. And for the league to only been professional for 3 years, I think is credit to them, to the players.
They take the goal kick short to Italy. Giuliani to Linari, who will clip a high ball towards Girelli. She can't control on halfway. Morgan gets it away for England. Now the ball bounces in the centre circle. Walsh backwards. Bronze is in the right back position. It's 0-0 in England, but dominating possession early on here is as we expected.
I think that's one thing as well, that the referee needs to make sure that she's on it, and England won't be used to this as a style of play from the Italians. It's something that I found really frustrating. They will tend to go down even if they get the slightest of touches, so the referee has to be brave in her decision making.
Ivana Martincic is the referee. Greenwood inside left with Hemp on the outside, making an overlapping run. Close to the corner flag, looks infield for Stanway. Could still reach Stanway, only half away by Cantore. England have possession again. 0-0 in the semi-final. Live on Talksport from the stadium in Geneva. England failed to make anything really of that attack, but again they retain the ball. James is caught late as she plays it back to the centre circle. Body checked by Bonansea. Referee allows England to keep the ball. The advantage is there. Bronze has possession in front of the Italy dugout and wins England the throw. And a very different start to the semi-final than what we saw in the quarters a few days ago.
Well, what I love already is the pace of the passing. You know, we might not have got anywhere, but even across the back four, you know, starting good habits, you know, safe side passing with tempo.
Russo trying to force a way forward down the England inside right, smuggled away by Linari, and then a foul in the middle of midfield on the retreating Bonansea, and that will be an Italy free kick midway inside their own half of the field. England pretty dominant in terms of the head-to-head, won 7 of the last 10 against Italy, including that 5-1 victory in a friendly in the early part of last year. England 0, Italy 0, and whatever you think of the Lionesses' inconsistent performances up to this stage, England deservedly start as favourites, and that is whatever Serena Wiegmann and co will say. Italy have given it away, Stanway through the middle, and Toon could reach it, overhit by Stanway, and Linari slides in to smuggle it away for Italy in front of their supporters behind the goal. I have to say, it feels like an England home game again tonight.
It absolutely does, and it's a shame that the execution of the pass there was a bit heavy by Russo, you know, because Toon was in there, and actually I think that's why Italy have gone with that back five, because then you can see there a clear example. Linare can sweep up and can cover. That was a really poor giveaway by the Italian defender.
Well, Hempers lost the ball down by the corner flag. Italy look for Girelli up that right-hand touchline, and Walsh comes across and it's out of play again via a deflection of Girelli for an England throw. In Italy, were expected to sit deep, expected to line up with a flat 5 and 4 in front of them. That is what has happened, but they barely put 2 passes together.
Yeah, and I think this will be the pattern of the play. You know, a deep kind of 4-4-2. They'll have to suffer, and I think they'll know that coming into this game that they were going to be the team that weren't going to have a lot of possession. It's like when an England plays Spain. You have to know your game plan, you have to be patient, and then when you get your moments, execute it. On the flip side, for England, patience is going to be key today. They have to be patient.
Well, if England do become just the 3rd European team to reach the final of 3 successive major tournaments, it'll be either Spain or Germany to come. And that second semi-final, which is in Zurich, will be live on the Talksport network for you tomorrow evening. The final on Sunday in Basel. And of course, we'll be with the Lionesses for every kick should they get there. Out of play from Bonansea under pressure. England win the ball high up the pitch, they've got to throw.
I think the high press as well, Joe, is key. You know, the back five aren't technically that gifted, so you have to put pressure on them early, make them unforced errors, with the ball up higher up the pitch, and then you can create those opportunities.
Good noise from the Italy fans behind the goal. England go back to Hampton, and now here is Morgan. Major tournament full debut First start at a major tournament, having come on in the quarters. Long ball by Williamson up the middle is headed away by Linari, who's very dominant in the air. Bonansea then caught by the lunge of Lucy Bronze. Italy surround the referee. It's all a little bit theatrical, and the referee just tells the Italy players to turn away from the ball. Italy players putting their hands to their heads as though it was the worst challenge of the tournament from Lucy Bronze. It wasn't a great one, but she's going to get away with a talking to, Tash Dowie. Yeah,
she is going to get away with a talking to, and it was a little bit late. Yeah, it was. I think the referee's done well there, but this is exactly what I mean. Any slight touch, they will make the most of it. And actually, they're so good at it, it makes you think that the tackle was actually a lot worse than what it is. So good referee in there.
Former England striker Tash Dowie, who bumped into Alex Greenwood, the England left-back, on her run around Lake Geneva earlier today. So if England lose, Tash, it's all on you. Here is Giuliani. Down to Linari for Italy. Left-sided centre-half. Italy in green tonight. Long from Linari up the middle. Hampton lets it bounce into the area and then let it almost bounce away from her towards the onrushing Cantore. Hampton able to then pounce on the ball at the second attempt. 0-0 in the 10th minute.
Yeah, you can see her actually talking to Morgan there. She does a great run, and you can see Esme Morgan, there's that lack of communication, and you can see that. You know, it's her first, you say, a start in a debut game, and you can see Hampton grabbed her there, had a word and said, look, you need to talk and we need to communicate better there. So you can see Morgan as well just putting her thumbs up. So early days, a little bit of a mix-up there.
We're right behind the England dugout again here on Talksport. That cross of St George down below us. Lots of England flags all around the stadium tonight. England again, in terms of numbers of supporters, absolutely dominant. No sign of Serena Wiegman just yet. She's stayed in her seat as Italy win another free kick in the left-back position. And I'm sure what they'll try to do throughout the night, Tash Dowie, is to slow the play down whenever they can. They have gone through the first 10 minutes at 0-0.
100% that. And I think the likes of Lauren James, what she's just done there, don't give away cheap fouls. This is exactly what Italy want. Get back to what England were doing in the first 5 minutes, passing the ball around, doing what they do best.
Even early on, the game feels like it's there for England. Stanway, good ball down the left, great way to pass. Hemp is after it, delivers first time, only half away. James stabs it goalwards, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Instinctive effort on the half volley, and not enough to really trouble Giuliani. 0-0.
And I think this is why Hemp starts today, because of the pace in behind. It's a great ball, and actually James does well there, because the defender actually flicks the header away and it comes late to her. It's an instinctive finish with the outside of the right foot. Anywhere else in the goal, it's a goal, but sadly for her, the connection isn't as clean as she would have hoped.
Italy on the counter-attack with De Giulielmo, the left-back, and now back on the halfway line. Good turn by the number 6, Giuliano, the Roma player. And now Italy have possession at the heart of the central defensive three, with the double winner at Juventus, Salvai. Early ball to the captain, Girelli. What a tournament she has had. Scored both goals in the win over Norway in the quarters. Girelli, right corner of the penalty area, lays it out wide to the far side. Cross hoisted in towards the near post, and Williamson clearly got a call from Hampton, who makes a good take and puts a very quick end to that Italy attack.
And that's where Italy almost need 2 Girellis, because you can see she's dropped in, got the ball, played it out wide to Olivia Aro, the right back. Then you can see she's sprinting to get back into the box. The right back delivers, but Girelli hasn't had time to get back in there. So I think that's where probably the Italian team need to be a bit more patient and wait for Girelli to get into her positioning, because if she's 1v1 with any of those centre halves, it's a problem for England.
England play the ball up the left-hand side again. Out comes the Italy goalkeeper Giuliani, all in bright red, to hammer it out of play. And let's go behind the goal in front of the England fans to our England reporter, Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. Courtney, what have you made of the first 12 minutes?
Yeah, I think I can see it in front of me perfectly in terms of the shape and the way that Italy, they've sat in and they're having to shift across the pitch. But there's been a couple of moments there in terms of that sort of mix-up with Esme Morgan and Girelli as well. In that movement, I don't think you would have seen it. You'd have been concentrating on the ball, but actually Girelli got the wrong side of Leah Williamson. If that ball, for any reason, comes back across, Girelli would have been front of goal with with an open net, more or less. So it's been a good start from England, but I do think there's obviously been signs from Italy that they can cause a problem on the counter-attack.
To that, fresh England central defensive pairing, and that is maybe something that Italy feel they can work out. James from the halfway line chips the ball towards Rousseau, whose touch is heavy. England's number 23 under pressure from her opposite number, Salvai. That's an Italy throw in the left-back position.
Yeah, I think as well, Rousseau's normally so tidy in those situations, but she wouldn't have come up against a defensive partnership or a back three that's going to be as aggressive as this Italian back three. And having played against them myself, they're so physical. You know, they'll literally be doing the dark arts to put you off their game, so Rousseau has to really tidy up there.
Foul on the halfway line, and Italy get a free kick. Foul on Ariana Caruso. This time it was Stanway who tripped up Caruso, and it pretty much illustrates exactly what Tash Dowie, former England striker, former Milan striker, has just said, because it was a foul, but Caruso went down again so theatrically.
I mean, it's putting a smile on my face because I'm feeling what those England players felt when I played over in Italy. They're already getting frustrated.
High ball over the top for Italy. Bonansea down by the dead ball line, hoisting the cross. That's overhit. Oliviero, the right back, will not get there. And the assistant has signalled, I think, that the ball had already bounced out of play. And it's an England goal kick. But Italy have brought the pride, the passion. They are the great pretenders here in the last four. The team who believe that they can dream, they can go all the way and win a first ever major title. The Lioness is relatively untroubled in the first 15 minutes or so, and it remains England 0, Italy 0. You are listening to Talksport.
Yeah, and it's really interesting as well what Georgia Stanway was saying in the presser about how actually she's been working on her mental side and actually the discipline of her game. And I could just see her then talking to Ella too, saying, calm down, don't let them get to you, don't let them rattle you, just focus on your game. So that's great to see that getting into Stanway's game.
Hampton in bright orange has played the ball to bronze, and now Morgan on the edge of the D. Own penalty area for England, and the Italy fans, they are vastly outnumbered, but tremendous noise away to the right hand side. Of course, it's an easy journey for the Italy supporters. Head out on the left wing for England, far side of the field, suddenly scampers infield to a central area. No foul on Lauren Hemp. Italy win it back to Oliviero, the fullback. Boos from the England fans, no free kick given. And no quarter will be easily given by Italy tonight. The fight is there, that's obvious. De Guglielmo for them. Bonansea over halfway. Girelli turns infield right on the halfway line. Cristiana Girelli, who is a veteran, may not play in many more major tournaments, but continues to star in an Italy shirt. She is easily their biggest goal-scoring threat tonight. And England have had a few minutes where they haven't had much of the ball. De Guglielmo has rolled it out to play. That's an England throw in front of the dugout, and our first sighting tonight of Serena Wiegman, arms folded on the edge of the technical area here at the Stade de Geneva.
Yeah, I think as well what I've been so impressed with by the Italian team and the development of the game is the clean passing. They all look so comfortable on the ball now. They look brave. You know, they're coming up against the holders. They're massive underdogs tonight. Any other team, potentially, they might want to go a bit more direct straight into Girelli. But no, they're looking to try and get the ball down and play. So it's great that both teams are trying to play the right way.
Good football by England, triangular passing. Bronzo then gives it away. Very heavy touch. Italy have it with Salvai, left edge of the centre circle. Italy starting to come back into the game a little bit now. There's been a couple of moments of sloppiness from England. Lenarian halfway with an angled ball wide near side to Bonansea, the number 11 on the left, looks for Di Guglielmo, who's joining the attack. Back to Bonansea, who tried to whip a ball in, it's poor. Straight to Walsh on the edge of the England box, and a fine pass forward to set England on the transition. Toon over halfway, looks for Hemp down the left-hand side. Hemp in a one-on-one with Lenzini, who has held up Lauren Hemp. Has to go back infield to Toon. Toon on to Stanway, about 35-40 yards from goal. Wide on the left is Hemp again, taking on Lenzini. Whips in the high cross, miles over hits. And that's out of play for a goal kick. You and I, Tash Dowie, talking about the England team and the build-up. I think the one change we thought that Serena Wiegman might make would be to take out Lauren Hemp and maybe bring in a Chloe Kelly, even a Beth Meady. Surprised that hasn't happened.
Yes, I am actually. I think Chloe Kelly's style of play would have suited playing against this Italian team because England will have more possession, and I think then you need a little bit more quality out wide. And I'm not saying Hemp doesn't have the quality, but I think that's a prime example. 1v1, she's brilliant. She can get past the player, but then it's just that end ball, that end product that I think Chloe Kelly has the edge over her.
But the England fans making themselves heard. They have been swarming the cobbled streets of Geneva in the build-up. The stadium is just outside the centre And Adrian and I even ran into a few at the top of the mountain earlier this morning. England fans everywhere. Bonansea has poked it out of play under pressure from Kira Walsh, and there's a throw to England on the near side of the field, about level with the edge of the Italy penalty area. 0-0, but not a great tempo to the first of the two semi-finals at the moment. The second, Germany against Spain in Zurich, will be live on the Talksport network tomorrow. So England know if they do reach the final, it will be the toughest of tests.
And I think you're spot on there. I think the first 5 minutes, the tempo actually with England was very good. But Italy have done exactly what they would have wanted to have done, is to have disrupted that and actually slowed it down to the tempo that they actually feel a bit more comfortable with. And actually that's where I want to challenge England and say, don't allow that to happen. You know, keep your tempo, keep your intensity.
Excellent distribution. Hampton out to the right and drops, and now James rolls the ball forward down the middle, looking for Russo, and Toon hassling and harrying Linari. England have won it back. Walsh with a chip ball right to left, out to the far side, and Hemp, who controls. Stanway with the overlapping run. Back it goes to the left foot of Greenwood. Greenwood chips the ball into the box. Over the head of Toon. It's fallen to Russo though. Russo can she shoot? And it's just wide. Russo got a sight of goal, even surrounded by 3 green shirts. If she'd found the target, it probably would have been 1-0 to the Lionesses.
Wrong technique. You know, I thought this was Russo as a goal all day long. This is her bread and butter. But what she's done is she's laced it. I know it's hard, she's falling back, but she has to whip that with the inside of her boot. You should see, but she just hasn't got enough whip on it. And it is a good effort, but I think for Russo's level, she has to be slotting that in the bottom corner there. Big chance for England.
Just the 1 goal at the tournament so far for England's Alessia Russo. 8 major tournament goals in total. Only Ellen White has scored more. And of course, Italian heritage, Alessia Russo. Italian grandfather. Headed by Bonansea on the halfway line for Italy. She's drifted into a central area from the left. Bonansea towards Oliviero, and in the right back position for Italy. But it's a newcomer to international football. Italy go back to goalkeeper Giuliani again. First time past to Linari. And that Russo chance aside, in the last few minutes, it does feel like there's been somewhat a lack of intensity from England. It's felt a bit pedestrian. And we're now 20 minutes in and it's still 0-0.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And I think the Bonansea one as well that you said is going to be interesting, because with Caruso and Giuliani in there, she then overloads.
Oh, and here's a chance for Cantore, flicking the ball into the penalty area. That is overhit. Clever header initially by Bonansea, looking for Girelli. It was beyond her, but Cantore maybe should have done better from the edge of the England box.
I mean, she should have left it. You know, it's sitting up perfectly for Girelli to hit on the volley, and you can see her frustration there. Cantore's pretty much taking it off her toes.
Well, England have been, to some extent, the comeback queens in the tournament so far. There was real concern after that opening game defeat to France. Then, of course, what happened in Zurich against Sweden and all the drama there. England looking to hit the front against Italy in the semis tonight. James, right wing position, out on the near side of the field. Checks back infield on her left foot. Kira Walsh from the edge of the D. Through the middle, a slide rule pass. Couldn't find Toon, couldn't find James, couldn't find Russo. It is through to Giuliani, and it is still 0-0.
Better by England, and what I mean by that is getting Lauren James involved in the game. I said it last game, it took too long for them to get their best player on the ball. So to see her then doing what she does best, drifting, combinations, Kira Walsh, you can see what she's trying to do, but it's very compact.
Brought it out of the air again. Good angle ball towards the far side of the left from a very difficult area. Walsh there, dead centre, swept out of play by Lenzini. England throw out on that left-hand channel. Here comes Alex Greenwood.
Yeah, I don't mind that ball either. It's a 50-50 ball, but what it does is it allows England to then get higher up the pitch, you know, and put pressure on this Italian team.
Some of the England subs, in fact nearly everybody, warming up in front of us here. 2 for England. Everybody inside the Italy half bar, the England goalkeeper Hampton. The sky's getting a darker blue overhead, and the floodlights getting more prominent all the time. James, England's number 7, on the near side, the right, taking on the defender. James heads for the dead ball line. She's being tracked by 2 Italy players now. Linari's come out of central defence to follow her every step of the way. Easier said than done. England set it up for Russo near the corner flag. Back to James. Quite leaden-footed from England, that. And Italy have forced them back to the midway points of Italy territory. Everybody behind the ball for the Italians. James loses possession. but it's taken a lucky deflection, and England have it again. Toon infield. James now, 30 yards out. Time to cross. Hit with the header at the back post, and she kind of got underneath it, under pressure, and it's harmlessly wide. It is still 0-0. Here's Tashdawi for England's strike.
Yeah, patient play there by England, and I quite like that, because what they're doing is they're creating overloads on this right-hand side, which is drawing the Italian team over, but then actually creating 1v1 situations on the other side, which is exactly where Hemp was in, and Hemp's pretty good in the air, actually, so I like that tactic by England.
Rangers 0, Panathinaikos 0 at Ibrox in Champions League qualifying. Can you believe it? Underway already. Here is James for England. She charged down to Guglielmo's clearance on the dead ball line and wins England their first corner of the night. Away to our right in front of the Italy fans.
Do you know what as well is so impressive about Lauren James? And no other player can do it. She draws 2 or 3 players in. She actually doesn't mind having 2 or 3 players around her, which then frees up space for other players to get on the ball.
We know all about the aerial ability in this England team. Interestingly, Morgan has stayed back. The captain Williamson is forward. Bronze is there too. Russo, Hemp's good in the air. Toon at the back post and Stanway lurking in front of the goalkeeper. Italy with everybody back, almost on the 6-yard line. Greenwood in swinging, headed away, not very far. Cantore brings it down on the edge of the box and is able to hook it over her shoulder. And Italy are on the counter here. Oliviero over the halfway line. This is the right back down the Italy left, taking on Esme Morgan. She has held the play up, but Morgan's forced her away from goal. Elegant defending from the England centre half. Tall and slender, pushes Italy back to the halfway line. Italy go again with Giuliano. Out to the right-hand side with a good pass. And now an opportunity for the cross into the penalty area, which is looping it over the top. Not a good delivery in the end. England a little bit fortunate. Poor cross from Lenzini, still 0-0.
Well, that's why Morgan stays back, on the corners, because for exactly that reason, when Italy do counter, you have the quickest defender back there covering that issue. And again, going to that delivery out wide, that is what Italy are waiting for. Overload the box, 5 or 6 bodies in there. What a poor delivery, by the wide play there. You can see how frustrated Girelli was there.
But you do sense, and this is troubling for the Lionesses, that Italy will feel if they can nick a goal, and they have started on the front foot in many games at this tournament. In fact, they've opened the scoring in all 4 of their matches at the Euros so far. They will feel that might be something for them to hang on to.
Absolutely, and to be honest, within this first 25 minutes, they've looked pretty comfortable. Except for the Russo chance, which was a big chance. I think their structure with that 5-4-1, I think they can counter very quickly. They've disrupted the play like what they're doing now. Cheap fouls, they won't mind this.
Bonansea on Stanway, free kick to England right in front of the Italy dugout. The referee having none of it. No booking, which is probably sensible. Williamson chips the ball crossfield to the England left in Greenwood. England with that 3 at the back shape when they're on the ball. Hemp out on the far side, taking on Oliviero. Russo back to Alex Greenwood, and now the ball is at the feet of Walsh. Walsh charged out by Cantore. And it's an England throw out on the left-hand side again. England have got to bring a little more pace and refinement to some of these attacks. Doesn't feel like they're doing enough in the final third. Is it all too predictable, Tashdown?
A little bit, and I think, Joe, England's one of their biggest problems in this tournament is I don't think we've won the midfield battle enough. I can't really remember a game where we have won the midfield battle, and I think right now Italy are potentially winning that midfield battle.
It is tight and cagey, and Italy on the attack with the Guglielmo, who can't reach an ambitious ball by Linari up the England right. Fortunately for England that, because James was caught a little bit on the hop, out of position, and it's out of play for a throw to England in the right back spot. 27 minutes have been played, live on Talksport. The semi-final of the Women's Euros. England looking, of course, to retain their Euros title. No England senior team has done that before. It is 0-0. High ball upfield by Greenwood. Takes a bounce, and that'll go through to Laura Giuliani, the Italy goalkeeper, who it is worth saying has not had a single save to make, of note anyway.
Yeah, and I think as well, talking a positive for England, how quiet they've kept Caruso. For me, she's their key player. I really enjoyed watching her this tournament. You can see here, she's trying to drift into those pockets. She's asking for the ball. She's getting frustrated. But England have really kept her quiet, which I think is really important.
Caruso, who started the season at Juve, then went on loan to Bayern Munich, so In a way, it's 2 league titles that she's won in one season. And Linari over the halfway line for Italy. Early ball to the feet of Girelli. Neat layoff towards Caruso. Just slightly overhit from Girelli, but she applauds the intent. 0-0 it remains on Women's Euro 2025, live on Talksport with McDonald's. Try the new big arch now. And for England, in terms of touches in the opposition penalty area, just the 5 so far, albeit none yet for the Italians. That tells you everything you need to know really about the type of game that it's been. Very tight in terms of real clear-cut opportunities. The solitary one really has come for Alessia Russo.
Yeah, and I think potentially that's why you might see England, as this game progresses in the way it has, go to that 3-5-2, because for too many games Russo has looked too isolated, and I think that's the same again tonight.
Morgan manages to nudge the ball down to her right foot on the edge of the penalty area. No pressure on Morgan whatsoever, and Italy in fairness have posed little to no threat to the England goal up to this point. Lots of Italians away to our right in the blue shirts, though Italy in light green this evening, as England go back to Hannah Hampton again. Hampton will play this right-footed, first time, high ball towards Bronze, has to retreat back to control it. Lovely touch from Lucy Bronze, who was so outstanding against Sweden in the quarters. England get a throw in front of the dugout. Just feels like it needs a little bit of a shake-up at the moment, Tashdale.
Yeah, it does. It needs someone to take responsibility. And normally it's your flair players, your Lauren James, your Russos, your Toons, your Hemps. They're the kind of players that we want to get on the ball more. And at the moment, Russo's service hasn't been good enough. You haven't been getting those key players on the ball to do enough.
And so the dreaded Mexican wave begins all around the stadium here. This is Talksport. England 0, Italy 0 in the semi-final. Tension undoubtedly high. Salvi for Italy, who can definitely play with a bit more freedom in the sense that they have far less to lose than England. Giuliani, the goalkeeper, punts along towards Girelli. Good flick. Oliviera looking to get in behind. It's away by Greenwood, not very far. Appeals for handball by Italy. Referee allows it to continue, and it's actually hit the referee. And actually, surely the game should stop. It doesn't. Sonchin, the head coach, appeals. The referee's got to stop it. If it's hit her, then the ball has to restart with an uncontested drop ball. I can't believe the referee hasn't called a halt. And England are on the attack. Stanway down the left. Russo's in the middle. So is Toon. Stanway drills it in low, cleared away. It's back with Oliviero, who's whacked it against the arm of Hemp. Now handball is given.
Well, I tell you what, the referee is just so happy that that's been given to a handball, because she is praying that England did not score from this. She knows. She went to go and blow the whistle there. She knows she's made a massive mistake there, but luckily nothing came from it for her sake.
Well, that's inexplicable from the referee. And Andrea Sonchin is right to be raging at the fourth official down below us. That simply shouldn't be allowed to happen. Not for the first time we've seen some strange refereeing at this tournament. England 0, Italy 0. Over half an hour gone in Geneva. Live from Switzerland on Talksport. Italy go back to goalkeeper Giuliani. Short sleeves on. High long clearance downfield beyond Williamson and Girelli. Bronze goes back to Hannah Hampton. And England number 1, who really made a name for herself in the quarterfinals, looks long towards Russo. It's a bouncing ball. Salvi's in the way. Will be retrieved by the Italy number 18, Caruso, who wins Italy a throw out in the right back position. Really a total contrast to what we saw in the first half of the quarter-final against Sweden, although from an England perspective, at least they haven't conceded. 0-0 it remains. Italy look down there right again. Cantore has got beyond Greenwood with ease. Turned her down the right-hand side. Plays the ball square. Gets it back to Caruso. Lovely football. Cantore's crossed. Bonansea. Back post is scored. She's rifled it into the top corner. What a moment for Italy. The substitutes race onto the pitch. That is an historic moment for Italian football. But such sloppy defending from England. And is their grip on the Euros title slipping away from them here in Geneva? The Lionesses look laboured, and Italy take advantage. England 0, Italy 1.
I mean, once again, I spoke to Adrian before the game and he said, where's the game going to be won or lost? And I said, in the 1v1 areas out wide. Straight away, I said, I had to highlight it. Cantore has absolutely done Alex Greenwood. Lovely little combination play out wide. Done Morgan. Girelli, they're both focused on Girelli because they know how good she is. They've left Bonasea free. Shouldn't be allowed to take a touch. I mean, it's a phenomenal finish, but she's free 5 yards out. She's not missing that opportunity. And that is what Italy have been looking forward to. And again, it's just such poor defending from England, which you've seen time and time again this tournament.
Again, England failed to keep a clean sheet. Their only clean sheet on the road, if you like, away from Wembley, away from England, over the course of 2025 against the Netherlands in the group stages. They are 1-0 down, and the Lionesses will have to come back from behind again. Bronze out to the right wing position of Russo. High looping cross, head back post, can't head it back across goal. Serena Wiedmann kept faith with 10 of the 11 that started against Sweden. And England have not produced so far, but there's a long way to go. Walsh from the left-hand side, infield to James, tries a shot, and it's taken off her toes at the last moment by Salva. Now Italy have something to hold. The Italians lead it 1-0. And England are punished for yet more defensive mistakes. They just don't seem like they learn at this tournament defensively, Touchdown.
No, and I'm telling you now as well, Italy would not allow this to slip like the Swedish did. You know, and that's obviously tactically what the Swedish manager did, but you said it, Joe, they've got something to hold on to. The Italians are so tactically switched on, and the passion, they've got everything to fight for now.
11 minutes of the first half remaining plus added time, and the Italy fans are in buoyant mood. And England having to sort themselves out, having to come from behind again. Greenwood, great diagonal. Toon takes it down on the right. Russo's in the middle. At the near post, only half away. Drops towards James and smuggled upfield by Italy through Giuliano. High up the pitch. That was an early moment for the Italy back line. As England got in behind Greta Toon, and I think Russo was coming back from an offside position there. So free kick to Italy. Let's go behind the goal to our England reporter, Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. Had a great view of that Italy opener. Courtney, what did you make of it?
Well, first and foremost, yes, we need to talk about the England defending, but the finish from Bonasea was absolutely incredible. Should she be allowed to take that touch before the shot? No, but it doesn't make that any easier. It's a cute angle, fires it past Hannah Hampton, but England have to do better defensively.
And here come Italy again. De Guglielmo on the left-hand side. Williamson gets in the way. Italy corner. England are rocked. 9.5 minutes to go in a first half where, once again, it feels like England have put themselves under pressure. Touchdown.
Yeah, Italy are growing into the game. And I can't tell you how hard it is playing against this style of football with the fans behind them. You know, Italy will be loving this. England need to get to half-time, making sure they're still in this game. Regroup, whether it's a change of formation, but something needs to change.
Italy believe their impossible dream can come true. 1-0 in front on Talksport. The corner is going to be taken by Giuliano. With white and blue boots on right in front of the England fans. One arm up into the air, England with everyone back. Giuliano hoists it high to the back post, headed down and away by Alex Greenwood of England. Caruso hooks it over her shoulder, bounces towards the England penalty area. Greenwood is in the way, nowhere to go. Back to Hampton under pressure from Girelli. Hampton clears upfield. James a little slow to react as it bounces down on the halfway line. Oliviero running back towards her own goal. Manages to feed it back to Laura Giuliani, the Italian goalkeeper. Half-time at Ibrox in the Champions League with Paul Mitchell.
Rangers 0, Panathinaikos 0. The Greeks the more dangerous. Jack Butland in the Rangers goal. 2 top-class saves to keep this level. It's been an uncomfortable 45 minutes for Rangers. Rangers 0, Panathinaikos 0.
Italy on the attack again with the goal scorer Bonasea sandwiching between two England shirts. England clear it away. Russo brings it down on halfway. Has she got the support? Hemp on the underlap. Here is Lauren Hemp over the halfway line towards the edge of the area. Toon is busting it up to get forward. James to the right, controls. Lovely touch. She shoots. Turned away by Giuliani. Good football by England. Here is Bronze out on the right-hand side. chips in the cross. They're queuing up at the back post, and it's actually hit Russo and gone behind for a goal kick. James tried to place that, and not enough power to beat Giuliani. England still 1-0 down in Geneva.
I mean, it's great play by Russo first and foremost, the hold-up play, then to find Hemp with the overlap. And in my opinion, the finish is too casual for me. You know, she's really opened up her body, made it very predictable. She has to have more intensity in that finish. Whip it into the other side. She has that all day long in her locker, Lauren James. And I think you can tell by her facial expression, she knows she should be making that 1-1.
I wonder, is too casual the main takeaway from the England display overall in the first half so far? England 0, Italy 1 in the semi-final of the Women's Euros in Switzerland. Good play by Di Guglielmo, but she can't spin away from the challenger Kira Walsh. England throw halfway. Bronze with it down the near side, the right. Russo's chasing, gets there in front of Linari, right by the corner flag, jinks inside Linari, who's rolled to the ground. Back it goes to James, right corner of the area. Now Russo in support again in a wide area, and Italy get everybody back behind the ball. Girelli intercepts and clears the captain. England at the moment cannot find a way through. Morgan, foot race with Pantore on the England right, and Morgan wins England a throw. But the way the game is going, England know that there might not be as many second chances as they had against Sweden. This has got to turn, and it's got to turn quickly.
Yeah, I think the game's becoming a little bit too open in my opinion, and if Esme Morgan wasn't there, Pantore through and goal. England need to defensively get a little bit more tighter, get their discipline back in the game. There's still plenty of time.
Stanway, midway inside the Italy half, out to the left-hand side, Alex Greenwood. England, of course, the defending European champions. Made the World Cup final in 23 as well. Little chip down the England left by Walsh, and it's more in hope, I think, than anything else that Hemp would get there ahead of Oliviero. England throw on the left-hand side. Greenwood has come forward to take it. Looks for Hemp, turning down by the dead ball line. Plays it back to Alex Greenwood under pressure. Italy defending very well so far in the large part. Here's a cross into the box towards Russo, and it's bounced wide. Close, but not close enough. Kira Walsh with the in-swinging delivery. For a moment it looked like it might evade Giuliani and end up in the back of the net.
Well, this is what England need to keep doing, Joe. They need to be patient. Italy will thrive off of just throwing boxes into the box or 1v1 defending. They need to start creating those overloads out wide, which they are, then getting good deliveries into the box and making sure there's runners in the box, rather than forcing long, hopeful 50-50 balls.
Serena Wiegman, the England manager, knew it was close. Said before the game it would be disrespectful to suggest that England are favourites tonight. Maybe Italy proving her right up to this point. 1-0 to the Italians. Last 4 minutes of normal time at the end of the first half. But a packed Stade de Genève holds just over 26,000. England locked to Russo, did brilliantly to lay that back to James. She was caught by Linari, no question about it. Play continues, and Tomb's square ball is not sharp enough. England have it with Morgan again. Shy of the centre circle. Williamson square to Morgan once more. Morgan's angle pass out to the right, and Lucy Bronze near side of the field. England subs continue to warm up. Bronze dance on the outside, beyond the goal scorer Bonansea. Great run by Lucy Bronze, and a cross-come shot that eventually drips over Giuliani's crossbar over the top of the netting.
Yeah, well, good to take some responsibility, because to be honest, Lucy Bronze hasn't got much support there. Her only option is to try and go 1v1, so I'd love to see a Lauren James come over and help her a little bit more, look to combine. When the two centre-halves have the ball as well, Kira Walsh, Toon, Stanway, they have to offer themselves more, because what's happening then is England are just forcing the ball up to Russo, who's in a 1v5 situation. So midfield for me have to be a bit more present than what they've been.
Girelli goes down on halfway, caught by Lucy Bronze. Free kick to Italy, whose game plan could not have gone any better. 42 minutes in. And it's leaving England with a feeling of frustration. We know what Serena Wiegman is likely to do. We know that there are unlikely to be half-time changes for England, and it is only 1-0 to Italy. This game could change in an instant, but it's the semi-final of a major tournament, and England don't look as sharp as maybe many will feel that they should at this stage. Even with all of the the nerves and the build-up and the tension that comes into an occasion like this.
And England are a different outfit to what they've come up against. Italy enjoy this. They enjoy the defending side of the game. You know, they love this. Whereas potentially Sweden and other teams, that wasn't the case.
What a great clearance by Williamson. It hit Bronze and fell for Bonansea. Now Caruso's on the turn in the England penalty area. Drops to Bonansea again. England can't get it away. Out to the right is Oliviero. Girelli in the middle. Oliviero on that Italy right. Crosses. Great ball. Bonansea gets up. Headed away by Bronze. Great touch by Lucy Bronze. And a crucial one as well. England are on the ropes here. Make no mistake about it. And Italy draw another free kick. Foul by James on the retreating Bonansea, and it is a free kick for Italy in the left wing position.
Yeah, well, if you're an Italy fan or an Italy player right now, you're licking your lips because everything's going exactly how you want. Balls into the box, winning first, winning second balls, winning fouls. People like Ella too. Lauren James now getting frustrated. Stanway giving away cheap fouls. And this now, that for me is silly. It's stupidity there by Lauren James because you know you've got probably the best header in the women's game in Girelli and now you've given away a free kick.
Italy take it short. Caruso, 40 yards out low shot. That was going miles wide. Hit Walsh. Comes back to Caruso who's tried to nudge it down the left. Takes a deflection. James through the legs of the Guglielmo. It's an Italy throw. If England get through, they'll face either Spain or Germany. They will have to be 10 times better than this. All over the pitch, and there are no guarantees they'll be there in Basel on Sunday, live on Talksport. We're into the final minute of normal time at the end of the first half. Header away by James, just drifts behind for a corner to Italy, touchdown.
I mean, that decision a minute ago by Caruso is still blowing my mind. Why the ball wasn't delivered into the box for Girelli, why they're taking it short and she's taking a shot on there. Really poor decision. Italy
throws, on the near side. The Guglielmo right by the corner flag finds Bonansea. The Guglielmo again chips in the cross. It's away by Georgia Stanway on the volley. England can't really keep the ball at the moment. All eyes on the fourth official shortly with that electronic board. But lead has been warming up for a while for England on the near side. Italy have it with Girelli. Back to the Guglielmo on a weaker right foot. Cross into the box, a minute of added time. Greenwood's misjudged it. Almost got the wrong side of Cantore. Bottles it behind. Well, England are not defending well enough. Italy corner.
Yeah, they're not. And they need this whistle to blow ASAP. And it's interesting what you're saying about Mead. She's definitely getting talked to and potentially we might see Mead coming at half-time.
Italy have been the better team. 40 seconds of added time to go in the first half. Well, I think that is fair to say.
I mean, I'm just looking down at Mead right now, and if it is a change at half-time, I think it's one that we'd all be surprised because Serena just doesn't do that, but Mead is really warming up quite vigorously down there.
Just Carter warming up. Giuliano to take the corner for Italy. England with everybody back and they're under pressure here. Hoisted high to the back post. Hampton punches it away through a crowd. Actually did well there, the England keeper. And the referee, I think, has given England a free kick anyway. And again, the talking point for the England fans at half-time on Talksport will be, should there be half-time changes? Jess Carter's down there as well.
I think as well, everyone talks about England being this possession-based team and how we're going to dominate. It's been poor.
It has. Half-time, and England are on the brink. 1-0 down to Italy in the semi-final in Geneva. Once again, England go behind. Once again, they defend poorly. Once again, in the first half, they haven't really shown up. Not in the way that you would expect from an England team. Bonansea with a fine finish for the only goal so far. Russo and James with England's best chances. But the Lionesses have got to bring more in the second period, or they'll be going home. England 0, Italy 1.
Well, doesn't this just sum up England at these Euros? It also sums up Italy because they've scored first in all of their games so far. 2 of them they didn't win. The only one they lost was to Spain. Let's see how this second half pans out. But Tash Dowie, let's first of all talk about the goal. It's an absolute shambles from an England point of view, and let's have a look at every single member of that back four, because Greenwood's left trailing, Morgan comes across, doesn't stop the cross, Williamson steps forward inexplicably. Maybe you've got an answer, but I have no idea why she steps forward out of the way of the ball. Lucy Bronze, ball comes to her, she actually has the ball but isn't smart enough to get it away, and Bonacer scores. All four of the back four, absolute shambles.
Yeah, it's giving me flashbacks, to be honest, Adrian, to the Sweden game, to the France game, where Pantore is quicker than an Alex Greenwood. You know this. So why is a Hemp not tracking back to help her to double up? Why is a Morgan not tucking over to cover, to support? Everything you get taught as a 10-year-old kid is basics. It really is. So if Greenwood does get done in a 1v1, she should have cover. She shouldn't be left. But it wasn't even a 1v1. It was actually a combination of 1-2. Then both Williamson and Morgan get drawn towards Girelli. You should be brave enough and big enough to say, I'm going to take her 1v1, get touch tight. So then Lucy Bronze then is ball watching, has no awareness of what's on her back shoulder. Bonacer is a good player, by the way. You leave her unmarked, she's going to punish you. And I think this is why we get so frustrated with this England team. It's because all the goals they've conceded are just so basic and not of their level. And they probably will come back into this game. But why do they get themselves into this situation in the first place?
Yeah, it's poor. I want to talk to you about the midfield in a moment, but let's go down to Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. The discipline of this England side is really interesting, because Italy, Courtney, were trying some of the dark arts. They were winning fouls, and England were getting drawn into those fouls as well. And surely England, the Lionesses, have got to be smarter than that. They're more experienced than to be drawn into those kind of battles, surely.
Yeah, I mean, you would think so with everything that they've won and done, both as a collective and the individuals. But I don't think Italy have done anything out of the ordinary, like really rolling round on the floor. Yes, it's been dramatic, but what they've been really clever with doing, for me, Italy, is they're creating situations that draw England in then to the foul. I don't think it's a case of like it's a little touching, it's diving. I do think the England players are making the foul because they're getting drawn in, because the way that Italy are playing is really, really clever. And especially there was a moment in commentary where I think Joe was talking about the left back and saying how he thought that Lauren James should have tracked her, but actually I don't think so, because what's happening is quite clever, where Bonacer is going into the midfield and the left back's then coming up high, and actually for me that's Lucy Bronze's job, and they're getting caught out with that switch over because they're not communicating. But again, it's almost we've said the same old story with the France and the Sweden, in terms of when we're coming up against these better oppositions, there's a lack of communication on the pitch. And yeah, we don't want to be in a position then when we're waiting for Beth Mead and Chloe Kelly and Michelle Agerman to come on and save the day. It's just the same old story at the minute.
Yeah, and it looks like we may get subs earlier than normal from Serena. Let's see in the second half. I mean, Courtney mentioned the midfield there. When you watch the goal over and over, you realise the midfield are ambling. Well, not really ambling back, they're just too tired. They do look leggy. Everybody actually looks really tired, I think, out there. And the midfield battle is being completely lost by England. So what can you do about that if you're Serena Wiegman?
Well, to be honest, Adrian, we talked about Stanway, hadn't played for 6-7 months. She's not fit. She's not fully fit, let's be honest. Lauren Hemp was out for 5 months. She's not fit. They're having to manage these players. You can't come into a major tournament in a semi-final and have players that aren't at 100% and have players on the bench that are 100%. And this is why you get punished.
This is not rocket science, okay? So why on earth is Hemp? I'll use Hemp as an example. Georgia Stanway, kind of understand, you want her to be fit, so I understand that mentality, but I've got to see Grace Clinton come on for her. But Hemp, if you take her out, I mean, she looked shattered when she came off last game. If you take her out of the starting lineup, you're bringing on a player as good at the very least. So I don't see what you lose if you bring on a fit player when Lauren Hemp isn't fully fit.
I think it's this loyalty that Serena has, if I'm being completely honest. The flashbacks of what they've done in the past, what they've done for her. And you can admire that. You can. I get it. But for me, what more does a Chloe Kelly have to do? She really has come on and done her bit. And so she needs to get involved ASAP. She'll bring that quality that England need. Well,
I had a mate of mine text me saying that Chloe Kelly should have come on in the first minute. He was that annoyed about it. And one more from you, Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, behind the goal. You are ground level, and you see far more there in terms of players and body language and tiredness as well. Italy have had an extra day on us for this game. It shouldn't really matter that much when you're professional footballers, but England do look tired.
Yeah, they do, and we've mentioned the fact that we've got a lot of key players coming back from an injury that just haven't got necessarily that endurance in the leg, and it's even worse in a major tournament because obviously the time between games is a lot less. We've also got to think that obviously that massive extra time and penalties, and obviously the physical is the one thing, but actually what that takes as a toll on you emotionally as a team as well. But that's where obviously you've got to work with the strength and conditioning coaches, the physical coaches. Obviously players got to be honest with themselves as well about, are they in the red zone? Are they okay to start this game? But I think that, again, it's been a reoccurring theme of, against France and Sweden, not Wales and Netherlands, but in my opinion, very, very poor opposition in terms of Netherlands didn't show up. But that lack of energy is yet again be a reoccurring theme that we've mentioned against the better teams.
Former WSL striker Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, our England reporter at these Euros, behind the goal in front of the England fans who need to see a comeback in the second half. Dash Dowie is on commentary with Joe Shedden for the second half. We need to see England pull something out of the bag. In the World Match Play Darts over on Talksport 2 right now, and the Talksport Darts YouTube channel, James Wade is winning his round 2 match against Vessel Nyman. Stephen Bunting against Gary Anderson's up next, followed by Johnny Clayton against Mike De Decker. Has a great walk-on, by the way. We need something from England in Geneva. Glorious city, terrible first half from the Lionesses, live on Talksport.
Hawksby and Jacobs on your side every weekday afternoon from 1 on Talksport with Toolstation, delivering cutting-edge comment, a catalogue of riveting guests, and drilled-down dialogue to power up your lunchtime. Plus, breaking news, views, and loads of laughs. Don't miss the nation's favourite sporting lunch with the legendary Hawksby and Jacobs every weekday afternoon from 1 on Talksport with Toolstation. Next stop, Toolstation.
A celebration of Britain at its best. The attitude, the swagger, the soundtrack to a generation. Virgin Radio presents Virgin Radio Britpop.
Just open up your Talksport app and swipe along the rail to listen to Virgin Radio Britpop. My Claim Group, authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. You don't need to use a CMC. You can claim direct to your lender and the Financial Ombudsman for free. Text SPORT to 86688.
Claims made simple.
Need roofing materials? Open an SIG Roofing Trade Club cash account and get rewarded. Up to £99.99 in vouchers every month, plus a juicy July bonus of an extra £50 to spend in branch. Simply open an account, spend a minimum of £100 and collect in store by July the 31st. Visit sigroofing.co.uk/trade club. SIG Roofing, the home of roofing, the place to go for materials for your next roofing job. Minimum and maximum spend apply.
Guess what? There's a summer sale now on at Go Outdoors. I've heard there's mega savings on clothing, footwear, bikes, fishing, riding and tents. I love a bit of camping. I'm going before they sell out. With your membership £5, T's and C's apply. Go Outdoors. Discover freedom!
Have you ever wondered what becoming a lotto millionaire sounds like?
You want to sit down? I can confirm that you have won £1 million indeed.
That's Terry, finding out he'd won £1 million.
Yes! Oh my God.
Lotto from the National Lottery. Will you be the next millionaire? Rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
Talksport Drive, tomorrow afternoon from 4 on Talksport with Motorpoint. There's no car like a Motorpoint car. Destination sports conversation fueled by unfiltered opinion with quality guests as standard and a couple of motor mouths.
It's just insane.
It's the daily radio road trip that takes you to the farthest corners of the nation's football fanscape.
They offer something, I'll give you that.
Talksport Drive, tomorrow afternoon from 4 on Talksport with Motorpoint. There's no car like a Motorpoint car.
Women's Euro 2025 Switzerland.
Oh, what a move! Heart-pounding, fist-pumping, game-changing.
What a great save!
Women's Euros.
Live
on Talksport.
Well, one of Serena's staff is having a word in the middle of the pitch with Beth Mead right now. All the subs are out there warming up, but Beth Mead looks most likely to come on at half-time. We'll wait to confirm that in just a moment. Meantime, we have a goal at Ibrox. Paul Mitchell.
Rangers 1, Panathinaikos 0. It's come against the run of play. It's come after 52 minutes for number 52 for Rangers. Finlay Curtis picked up the ball left-hand side, drove himself in 25 yards from goal, thumped the ball past the goalkeeper. Rangers, well, they might not deserve it, but they are ahead by 1-0.
Well, England here trail by 1-0 against Italy in this Euro semi-final. Let's get an odds update with Ladbrokes.
Odds update on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Get money back as a free bet up to £10 if one leg of your Football 5+ acca lets you down. Pre-match straight line accas only. Odds are 3-1 or greater. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Well, remember, pre-match England were very short price favourites. They're now 5-2 to win in normal time. Italy are 23-20. The draw in 90 minutes is 2-1. Georgia Stanway to score any time is 11-2. She loves a long ranger. Lauren James to score any time is 10-3. I think she's the only one to have had a shot on target in that first half. That was a look at the latest odds with Ladbrokes. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Odds update on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Supercharge your odds with our Odds Boost button. Selected markets applies to first £50 of stake. Terms apply. 18+ gambleaware.org.
21 minutes to go is the brand new weekly podcast from Goldstein and Cundy. It's out now. They're back together. The former late-night superstar duo offer a flavour of the good old days in a no-holds-barred, adult-only show that lasts exactly 21 minutes, not a second more. Episode 2 is out now with new episodes every Monday. 21 minutes to go. It's called New Weekly Podcast with Goldstein and Cundy, available now wherever you get your podcasts from. And a reminder of some breaking news tonight. Sad news that Ozzy Osbourne, former Black Sabbath frontman, massive Aston Villa fan, has passed away at the age of 76. It was only last season that Villa fans unfurled a huge tifo of Ozzy Osbourne at Villa Park ahead of the Champions League tie with Celtic. There'll be more on that on Times Radio, and I'm sure reflections on Virgin as well. You can get those radio stations via the Talksport app. Sad news tonight that Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. We've got PDC Darts from Blackpool live on Talksport 2 right now. The second semi-final at these Euros tomorrow night, live on the Talksport network. Germany against Spain in Zurich, which is where England are based. As it stands, they'll be packing up and going home before that semi-final even takes place. Very interesting that the England players are out there. Tash Dowie having a bit of a huddle going on in the middle of the half, away to our right. What could be said in those huddles that hasn't been said in the dressing room? What's going on there, Tash?
Well, it's the team saying that they have to do better, they have to stick together, they have to start the game well. I mean, Beth Mead's coming on right now, and you know, it's positive that they're making changes, but for me also, I'm asking the question, well, why her over at Chloe Kelly? And I'm not saying Beth Mead hasn't had a good impact, but also who's she coming on for? It looks like a Lauren James. So for me, again, is that because James isn't fit enough? Because to take James off, who is probably on your day your best player, the one that is going to create something, is a big call as well. But I think, who is those leaders in there? Your Lucy Bronze, your Williamson, saying, girls, like, we can't rely on the subs, the finishers. This is down to us. We've earned the right to wear these shirts and to start the game. We need to be the ones to make the difference, not relying on them all the time.
European Championship finalists in 2022, they won the thing, and in the World Cup final in 2023 they lost it. We've got the second half coming up. Let's find out what's happened at Ibrox. Paul Mitchell.
Rangers 1, Panathinaikos 0, but Panathinaikos are down to 10. Viagianis has received a second yellow card, booked in the first half, booked in the second. He's off. It's all going Rangers' way right now. Rangers 1, Panathinaikos 0.
Back here in Geneva, Italy are out there. England just break from the huddle. That was a long old huddle, that one. Beth Mead had only just joined it, and she is on for Lauren James. England will kick off the second half, and boy, have they got work to do here in Switzerland tonight. Second half live on Talksport. This is a big one for England, big one for the Lionesses. Here's Tash Dowie and Joe Shannon.
Just like against Sweden in the quarters, England hope the subs will be the saviours again. In this case, Beth Mead. England from right to left in the second half, in all black. The change kit tonight, 1-0 down to Italy in the semi-final of the Euros. It could hardly be more urgent, more serious for England than this. Italy playing from left to right in the second half here in Geneva, where the sun has long since set. You can't even see the have Montsalve away in the distance anymore. Italy lime green shirts and shorts with white socks on. Is this the night that the sun sets on England's tournament defence? We will find out on Talksport over the next 45 plus minutes. And of course we've been there before when it comes to extra time and penalties. Can England turn it around? 1-0 down, Hampton in goal, Bronze, Williamson, Morgan and Greenwood, Stanway and Walsh, Mead on the right, Hemp on the left, Toon in the middle, behind Russo up front. I'll give you the Italy team in a moment. Hemp for England on the near side of the field. Is there an injection of energy for England here? Raiding towards the corner flag on the near side in front of the England fans behind the goal. Greenwood's first time cross away from goal. Mead trying to bring it down out of the air. She half does it. Girelli back for Italy is tripped, goes to ground again. Italy free kick. The Italy goalkeepers Giuliani, Oliviero, Lenzini, Salvi, Linari and De Guglielmo at the back. Cantore, Caruso, Giuliano and Bonansea with a great finish for the Italy goal, with Girelli up front. Former England striker Tash Dowie, now or never in the second half.
It is, and I'm really intrigued about the change, Joe. I might even ask you why you think James has come off. Is it because of her fitness, or is it because when the going really gets tough, does she have that mentality to really dig in and track back and do that defensive side?
Well, Beth Mead, who's come on, has lost possession. Italy come forward now. Bonansea, the goal scorer, number 11. Wily, tricky player, Bonansea. Looks to Cantore, away on the Italy left. She's been forced out wide by Mead, who gets a block tackle in. That'll be an Italy throw by the corner flag. We're just hearing that Lauren James has picked up a knock on her ankle. So that's why she's come off. Lauren James knocked to the ankle. And of course, if England do make it through, there'll be big questions over the fitness of arguably their most naturally gifted player.
Yeah, and I think I saw that as well. And I did think that would be the case. And that's a massive blow. I don't think Serena Wiegman would have wanted to have made that change.
Here come Italy on the attack. Cross into the penalty area, gathered by Hampton. England dare not concede a second. 2.5 minutes into the second half, England 0, Italy 1 on Talksport, and the Lionesses fans are waiting for another fight back to begin. But it isn't happening at the moment for Serena Wiegman's tried and trusted.
No, the second half has started sloppy as if the first, and I think again that's frustrating because what's been said at half time, we talk about it, Joe, going back to basics, completing first passes. I say it time and time again, you know, these are top players, you shouldn't have to say it, but you can't just expect things to just happen and turn around.
Well, Russo was pressing there, but nobody pressing behind her as a collective for England.
Joe, Italy's weakness is their back line. They're not technically good. They're out-and-out defenders. So go and press them high. Be brave enough, but we haven't done that.
Former England striker Tash Dowie knows what it's like to put on an England shirt. Head for England. Inside left, checks in field. Ella Toon, 40 yards from goal. Wriggles away from Caruso. Under hit pass to Russo. Cleared away. England have it back. Worked out wide by Stanway. Now Mead in possession. Back to Walsh to dink it in. Headed away. Drops the edge of the penalty area. Greenwood slices a half volley. And that is gathered high above her head by the goalkeeper, Laura Giuliani. She'll take those all night long. Giuliani. Italy lead 1-0. We are 4 minutes into the second half of the semi-final.
And I think that's it, Joe. The first, second actions are good. You know, patient play, getting out wide, good ball into the box. But then we start to panic. Greenwood there. Be patient. You know, recycle the ball, get another good ball in. But again, she snatches at a shot that she's never going to score.
They have won it back through Stanway. Early ball down the left is overhit towards both Russo and Hebb. Into touch goes Salvi. England grow. Midway inside the Italy half. The pattern of the second half is set. Italy have the lead. They're going to try and hold on to it. And it's up to England to break them down. It's as simple as that. And if England don't, they're on the next flight out of Switzerland.
Yeah, and I'm intrigued to see how long Serena can just trust Stanway and Walsh, who probably haven't performed enough. And how then she gives her trust in the subs, a Clinton, like Adrian said at half-time. Just how long does she have to wait?
Well, they are the unbreakable duo, Stanway and Walsh, at major tournaments for England. And they've done brilliantly, of course. But have we seen the best of them here in Switzerland? Beth Mead for England, right-wing position, Italy with almost everybody in green back. Toon with a cross, head peeled away at the back post with a looping header onto the roof of the net, and the flag stayed down. What a chance that is for him, free at the back post.
It's a huge chance, and put it this way, if that's Girelli, it's a goal. You know, it's a great run by Hempin. She's found herself in those situations a couple of times, back post. Italy has switched off completely, and it's poor technique. You know, she has to head that down. Even if she doesn't think she's going to score, head it back across goal, and then Russo can get on the end of it.
England fans, loud as ever, all around the stadium, and Stanway's won it back half the pitch. Now this is better from England. More territory in the Italy half. Greenwood with a hesitant tackle. Stanway pokes the ball down the middle, straight to the defender, Lenzini. Italy can't really get out at the moment. The ball is with Cantore. Up to halfway in Girelli now. England wanted a free kick. They didn't get it. Oliviero down the inside right quickly. Cantore on her outside. Two in the middle. Girelli and Bonansea. Crossing to the near post on the hit. Diving header away by Leah Williamson. Italy so far have scored with their only shot on target in the first half through Bonansea. And the Lionesses are pushing for an equaliser. Live on Talksport at Euro 2025, where the stakes are high in the semi-final. They could hardly be higher. England's crown, the Euros crown, is on the line tonight. 7th minute of the second half. Walsh, midway inside Italy territory, gets beyond the defender Caruso with ease, and she's wriggling all the way through. Hits the shot left-footed, and it's blocked by Lenzini. Now Greenwood, left corner of the area. That's a decent cross, only half away. Lucy Bronze at the back post to whip it in towards Toon. Head pitch there, straight at Giuliani. Weaker right side. England though are getting closer.
They are getting closer, and this is a better spell by England. And I think you hit it on the head there, Joe. It is her weaker side. You know, you can see she's not very confident with that finish there. She doesn't get much power. I don't know why Stanway's asking for a pass on the edge of the box. I mean, she's absolutely in her right to take that shot on. But Joe, I just want to take it back to a minute ago. There was two opportunities where England could have smashed it.
Oh, the here come Italy. Cantore's been played in by Girelli. Angle is tight, and she rifles it straight at Hampton. Williamson with a poor clearance towards Bonansea, who can't get it under control. England escape. Still only 1-0 down. Bonansea with a dink into the area. Diving header by Greenwood. Smuggled further clear by Williamson. This game is on a knife edge on Talksport. And now here's Mead over the halfway line. We'll get a word from the former England striker Tash Dowie again in just a moment. As De Guglielmo gets to Mead's rather predictable pass, and Italy have it again, Tash.
Yeah, but I'm going to take it back though, because this frustrates me, and I'm thinking of Millie Bright right now, what she would be saying to this team. Twice in the midfield, there was an opportunity to go and smash an Italian in a 50-50 and come out with the ball. And I mean in a clean way, in an aggressive way, but clean. And we pulled out of it. That's why Stanway's in the team. That's her job. So we need to start doing that more. Italy are winning the 1v1 battles all over the pitch.
And they've isolated Greenwood here on the England left. Oliviero plays a square ball in field. And Giuliano works it wide to Oliviero again. Hemp is in the way. Now, did that take a double deflection? It did. That's an England throw in their left-back position. 54 minutes have been played. England 0, Italy 1. And the Lionesses are heading home in the last 4, unless something turns, unless something changes against an Italy team who, it's worth saying, have scored first in 8 matches in 2025, only lost twice to Sweden, and at the group stage to Spain. They're a tough nut to crack, Italy, when they take the lead. Walsh over a shoulder and long for England up into the dark sky. Mead juggling and trying to reach it with De Guglielmo in a 50-50. No clash of heads, I don't think. The ball's bounced out for an England throw.
I'm going to take you back as well to this proper England that's been getting thrown about. And what we haven't done well enough this tournament is actually earn the right to play. So actually win the battle first to then earn the right to play. Too many times we think we can just turn up and dominate games. And actually then that's why we're then losing these games.
Kemp inside left, England 1-0 down, taking on Oliviero. In front of the England fans, massed behind the goal, in fact all around the stadium really, like an England home game. But the wrong result so far for the Lionesses. Green boots on, back to Esme Morgan. They've got everybody back behind the ball, Italy again. Can England break through the green wall of defenders at the moment? England fans getting louder and louder. Williamson to Walsh, 25 yards out. Good ball, poke wide left to Lauren Head. Here comes the first time cross towards Russo. It was behind Russo, cleared away. Drops to to Greenwood. England will come again. Still well over half an hour to go. Can Italy hold firm at just 1-0 in front? Bronze on the right-hand side. Infield to Walsh again. England's number 4 with a long-range shot. And it's wide. Giuliani saw it wide there. Knew it was going to drift beyond the post.
Yeah, I don't actually mind that. It's someone taking a bit of responsibility, and Kira Walsh has that in our locker. You know, she's got a great technique of the ball. But here, in this situation with Hemp out wide, and this is where I think Chloe Kelly will come into the situation soon. You brought on Mead, who is almost like an out-and-out number 9 with a Russo. Now you've got bodies in the box. All that's missing now is the quality of the balls. And unfortunately for Hemp, she hasn't been putting those balls in well enough tonight, and Kelly will do that.
Well, the half-time change for England was an enforced one. James off with an ankle problem. So you would assume if she hadn't had that, there would have been no changes. Stanway sent the circle back to Walsh. Early ball high towards Russo, who could not bring that down. Even the tall player that she is, she's really stretching to even get hold of that.
I mean, that's where I respect Russo so much. But also, I think she needs to get nastier. Because if someone is giving me a service like that, fizzing a ball at my neck, I'm letting them know that is not good enough. But she accepts it. That's not good enough. She needs better than that.
Former number 9, Touchdown with us on Talksport. Hemp on the outside of Oliviero. Whips in a low cross. Russo back to goal. Stanway hits it. Blocked. Comes out to Kira Walsh. Tried to get it onto the left foot. Wins it back on the edge of the D again. Great ball out to Beth Mead. Beth Mead inside the penalty area. Left-footed deflection on the cross. And it's cleared away before Russo can get to it. Nearly but not quite is the story of the game for England as we head towards the hour mark. They're 1-0 down.
I mean, it's brilliant play by England. There's not much more they could do there. The whole build-up play was beautiful. All I've got to say is brilliant defending by Italy. Bodies on the line.
Italy in a game that means so much to them, throwing everything at it. Can they continue to keep the Lionesses out? Mead taps it through the middle. Russo's chasing. That had Salvai panicked. High clearance. England corner away to the left.
They have to score now. They have to score in this moment. The momentum's with them. The crowd's up. Italy are rattled. They have to make the most of this.
England fans on their feet behind the goal. It's just a sea of red and white. Crosses of St George. Nervous looks on England faces, not just in the stands but in the commentary box as well. Greenwood's going to take it, left-footed and in-swinging. Italy with everyone back again. England dominating territorially now, looking for the equalizer. Greenwood high towards the centre of the 6-yard box, and Giuliani, the Italy goalkeeper, is there.
I mean, it's great hands, and straight away I think it's Russo or a Williamson. I'm not too sure who. I think it's Russo that's got involved there. It's caught the keeper in the eye, and there's nothing wrong with it. But again, this is where the Italians thrive off this, thrive off the boos that the England fans are giving them, because then she's wasted another 10 seconds and killed the momentum that England had.
No way through tonight for the Lionesses so far. Salvai hoists a long ball forward for Italy. England are going to have to do it the hard way, just as they did in the quarter-final against Sweden. You're listening to Women's Euro 2025 on Talksport with McDonald's. Order the iconic Big Arch on the McDonald's app. Out on the right for England, far side of that single-tier stand is Bronze. Back to Williamson. England trying to build another attack. Walsh on the halfway line, and now more England subs warming up. Park and Kelly among them. England go down the right with Ella Toon. Ella Toon after being played in by Mead. She can try and cross it here. Pulls it back to Stanway, right edge of the area. Italy get players behind the ball again. Walsh, long way out. Thought about the shot, no room. Out wide, Mead is there. Back it goes. Another delivery, high in by Stanway. Greenwood is forward with the header, only half away. Oh, and Hemp is controlled. And it's cleared away by Oliviero, who has gone down yet again. We'll see this again and again. The longer Italy have the lead. Nearly an hour gone. 1-0. They lead against England. Let's go behind the goal to Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. Are we seeing enough from the Lionesses here, Courtney?
Well, they're just currently asking the referee about a penalty, but for me there's not enough contact in the back of Alex Greenwood to give a penalty for that one. We are seeing more, aren't we? More energy, but we need more quality, and keep saying it, but Chloe Kelly is the player that's been bringing that for England.
certainly did it against Sweden in the quarters. Thanks, Courtney. As Italy win the throw, off an England throw effectively, Green would look for Hemp, but it spiralled off the foot of Hemp and out of play for an Italy throw in their right back position, and they protected Giuliani well.
Italy can't carry on playing like this, Joe. They're inviting way too much pressure. Yeah, and there's too long left in the game, 30 minutes. So they need to actually tactically make changes as well.
Unfancied Italy lead the defending champions. Cantore beaten to it by the slide of Esme Morgan. So frustrating from an England perspective, but the Italy goal, great finish though it was, came as a result of yet more poor defending. Something that has dogged the Lionesses throughout Euro 2025, yet here they are in the semis. Tells you all you need to know about the resilience and character, that's for sure. More of it needed. Less than half an hour to go. Oliviero with a looping cross to the back post. That should be Hannah Hampton's, and it is.
Well, talking about Italy having to make changes, it looks like it's happening. I've just seen Sonchin talking to Piemonte, the big centre forward. We know a lot about her. She was at Everton. She's now at Lazio. It looks like she's going to be getting involved.
England with bronze, looking down the right for Russo. Half away by de Guglielmo. Russo nearly got there again. A little isolated actually up there at the moment. England have kept the ball somehow. Great work by Russo, even if they had to go backwards. Toon, 25 yards out, square towards Stanway. Let it run across her body. Georgia Stanway's held it up. Wall of Italy defenders in front of her. Hemp crosses in left-footed, and it's too close to Giuliani. The deliveries are just not enough from England at the moment.
No, you can't fault the effort. You never can with a Hemp, but she is one player that you can't. She will run all day for you. She's positive. She'll want to go 1v1. But right now, it just hasn't been her night, and England need that quality desperately. But again, I don't see a Chloe Kelly warming up, which, to be honest, blows my mind right now.
The nerves will grow. England left it very late from 2-0 down against Sweden. 2 goals in 2 minutes. And Italy have seen Girelli go to ground now. But it's not a head injury. She's holding her hamstring, it looks like. No need for the referee to actually stop the game there. And again, you question the quality of the refereeing, but it does at least give England a chance to come across the near side and get some words from Serena Wiegman and Arjan Varik, the assistant.
Yeah, it does. I didn't see much in that at all. But Girelli looks in a pretty bad way. I think maybe she's tore her hamstring there, and I think for Italy's sake, I hope that's not the case for them. But Piemonte, I think, will be looking to replace Girelli. That's a big loss for them, to lose their captain and their key player, but she doesn't look like she's going to continue.
Well, it's such a shame for Girelli. She is going to have to come off, and there are serious doubts as to whether she'd make the final if Italy get there. Final is on Sunday in Basel. Spain, Germany, and live tomorrow on the Talksport network. Off goes Girelli. Hopefully that's not the end of the tournament, because she's been such a character and such an integral part of these Euros. On comes the former Everton striker, as Tash was saying, Martina Piemonte. And Girelli's in tears, and that is a real shame. She can't believe that she's having to come off. She is devastated. One of the players of the tournament.
She absolutely has been, and I don't think it's just devastated with regards to having to come off in such an important time for the team, but also potentially she knows that if Italy do progress, she's not going to be playing in that final, and that's really sad to see. She doesn't deserve that. But let's go back to a Piemonte now, who's coming on. Aerially, probably not as strong as a Girelli, but hold-up play. She's big, strong centre forward, so she's going to have to put a shift in for this Italy team.
Massive blow for Girelli, and a big blow for Italy as well. Even if they do get through, well, they will be big underdogs. They're big underdogs tonight, but they're winning 1-0 against England. 20 minutes into the second half. Williamson, shy of the halfway line, forward to Ella 2. Back out wide to the right and Bronze. Looks only for Toon with the overlapping run. Return ball was good from Bronze. Toon right corner of the penalty area. England fans begging for her to play it forward to Mead, which she does. Pulls it back. Goalkeeper gets a touch away by Oliviero. It's gone out to play. The assistant's flagging. Greenwood shot turned away. Then hit by Walsh over the top. But the assistant's been flagging for ages. It had gone out to play. And we can take you to Ibrox on Talksport. There's been a goal there. Here's Paul Mitchell.
It's Rangers 2, Panathinaikos 0. Jiri Gassam almost the first major touches a Rangers player. Cut inside on the left-hand side from outside the box. Drilled the ball home. What a second half this has been for the Scottish club. They scored twice against Panathinaikos for the first time. Rangers 2, Panathinaikos 0.
Russell Martin's first game in charge. You're listening to Women's Euro 2025 on Talksport. McDonald's tried the new and iconic Big Arch. So England close there. Former Lioness Tashdawi, but they wouldn't have counted anyway.
No, and they didn't know that though. They didn't see it, so well done to the girls to keep playing to the whistle.
Toon can't reach it, beaten to it by Giuliano in the middle of the enemy half. Giuliano, clever ball over the top. Out comes Hampton, controls. Good composure a long way from goal. Clearance high towards the right. Beth Mead can't get a head on it. England stops warming up still. They call them the finishers, and England need them again as Mead commits a foul. What is the reason for the delay on the touchdown?
I'm actually going to say, why is Beth Mead doing that? This is why it's so frustrating. Back to goal. You've got her trapped in a corner. You know that if you touch her, she's going to go down. So why do it? And this is where you have to have better heads. You have to have more experienced heads. These girls have been there and done it. They're playing into Italy's hands. And talking about the changes in subs, I wish I knew. I really did. Clinton looks like she might be warming up a little bit more vigorously, but Chloe Kelly looks like she's walking straight back to the bench.
Game management for England, big decisions for Serena Biegman. We are heading towards the final quarter of the semi-final. Barbara Bonacea with the only goal so far. England 0, Italy 1. They've just shown a replay of it again on the big screen. That is the big moment, and it's going to be so, unless England can change the narrative. Russo raids down the right, beyond the Guglielmo. Good run by Russo, and a decent cross. Goalkeeper got there. Good take by Giuliani. Stretching low on her right-hand side.
I mean, it's a phenomenal save, to be honest. But look at Russo doing all the hard work down the right-hand side. Why is that not on Mead? And then if Russo's out there, Beth Mead, get in the box.
It's not happening. And England fans listening to Talksport will be no doubt as exasperated as Tashdawi and all the England fans in the stadium are. A game where England were heavy favourites, behind to the team ranked 13th in the world. And a foul by Stanway on halfway. Piemonte gets straight to her feet. No bookings in the game so far. But we said it at the quarterfinals. And now with just over 20 minutes to go, we'll say it again, time running out on their title defence for England.
Players were talking about Lucy Bronze inspiring them against Sweden the way that she was playing. I look at Russo right now, chasing lost causes. That would inspire me to see that. And more players need to start acting like that. Not one or two, all 11 have to.
Serena Biegman, a lone figure on the edge of the technical area at the moment. Anna Hampton kicks the ball out to Greenwood. Good header to Toon on halfway. Further wide is Hemp. Nice football from England. Hemp back in field to Toon. Chips the high ball down the left for Greenwood to chase. More in hope than expectation. Greenwood must be careful not to foul Oliviero. Oliviero has shepherded it behind and wins a free kick anyway. She's now delayed the restart, so that should be a booking if you're really going to play to the letter of the law, but it's not.
Yeah, the referee hasn't managed this well enough with regards to that. That wasn't a foul. There has been plenty of fouls. That wasn't a foul. And then to see her kick the ball away and then not do something about it, really, she's allowed the Italians to do what they do best. In my opinion, she should have shown a few more yellow cards earlier on, and they would have stopped these actions then happening.
The game has played perfectly into the hands of the Italians up to this point. Just over 20 minutes to go. England heading out. 1-0 down in the semi-final on Talksport. England dominating territorially. Italy player down again. England carry on. Bronze to Toon. Edge of the D2 with a snapshot. Wide. Never had it under control.
I mean, I don't even know what I've got to say. It's down. She wasn't even touched. But it's good by England. They need to just start focusing on themselves now. They've got 20 minutes to play. This is where it matters now. This is where actually, sadly, England have turned up. Last 20-15 minutes, this is where they've turned up. So I expect to see the same again.
This is a night where England need a hero. Once again, who is going to step forward? Salvi for Italy, long to halfway. 20 minutes left. Italy fans in great voice again. Away to the right-hand side. Barely seen the ball at that end in the second half, but England have not really tested Giuliani. Headed by Stanway into a central area. Handball given against Giuliano in the challenge with Toon. England will hurriedly get the ball back. Will they go long with the free kick, or will they take it short? I mean, it is on the edge of the centre circle. It is a long way out. Yeah, get the ball down and play quickly. You know, drop off and let's play. Bit more urgency needed, but it's good. Good decision there by England. Whatever happens, Tashdawi, former England striker, and Adrian Durham are going to look back on the semi-final after the final whistle. Kira Walsh delivers, and then it's the sports bar taking your calls on 03717 223 4. Is it going to be a desperately disappointing night for England? Adjemang is warming up now. Michelle Adjemang, who helped save the day against Sweden, as did Beaver Jones against Wales. She came on in that 6-1 win. She's warming up. Morgan back to Hampton. England are leaving it late for the changes again. 19 minutes to go. Yeah, they are. And I'm also looking at Caruso. I think she's been really poor for the Italian team, really sloppy. And it looks as if there might be some more changes as well on the Italian bench. So both teams are really throwing everything at it now. Stanway trying to dart up the middle. Right of her is Lucy Bronze. Bronze on the far side of the field. Little 1-2 here with Mead is on. Mead waits, looks for Bronze. Good control, and then it hits Bronze via the clearance of Linari. Actually, wasn't really particularly good control from Bronze initially. And it is behind for a goal kick. Double Italy change on the way. Touchdown. Yeah, I like Severini. She's coming on for Italy. She's one of my favourite players that I've really enjoyed watching this tournament. Really good midfield player. But that's good by Lucy Bronze. You know, that's what we need. We need her getting forward more. You know, obviously we know how good she is defensively, but those 1v1 areas, the double ups, the combinations, that's what we want, that energy. Off go Cantore and the goal scorer, Bonansea, scorer of what is an historic goal for Italy, who have been runners-up at the Euros twice, but not for a long time. 1997. There's been a long decline, really, in Italian football, and it's only recently picked up again. On comes Severini of Fiorentina and Cambiaghi of Juventus. Still no England changes, or further England changes. 17 and a half minutes to go. I mean, we're not surprised, are we, Joe? And we said we didn't want this again, did we? This kind of heartbreak that we feel, the stress of it all, but in Serena we trust. Stanway, 30 yards out for England, into a central area, onto the right foot, she curls it, and it's over the top. England fans growing increasingly concerned, and it does feel a little too comfortable for Italy at the moment. And I mean, we talk about it, it's a 50-50 effort, it's too far out, and those kind of decisions are through frustration. What Italy have created, the referee is going to book the goalkeeper now for time wasting, but too little too late in my opinion, and she'll continue to do that, and so will the other players. Yellow card, and Giuliani is booked. The referee is going over to talk to Sonchin, the head coach, and there's a yellow card for him as well. So goalkeeper and head coach have been booked here, and some of the England players, their family members are on their feet in front of us, and Chloe Kelly is coming across. I think she's going to come on for England. There's a steward going towards somebody in the crowd in front of us here. Not sure what is happening as yet. It's about 15-20 rows of seats directly in front of our commentary position, and some of the England fans in front of us, they won't necessarily all be their players' family members, of course, turn around and look concerned for a moment. Now some of them sit back down again, and we'll keep an eye on that. The ball is back in play meanwhile, and there's an Italy throw on the halfway line. 15 and a half minutes remain of normal time in the semi-final. England 0, Italy 1 on Talksport, and the group of England fans in front of us now starting to sit down. It looks as though the situation in front of us is a settled one, and hopefully everything is okay. Italy with Lenzini letting it run across her body. England throw. in front of the dugout. It does look like everything in front of us, that incident 10 rows or so of seats directly ahead of our commentary position, is okay now. England throw, Greenwood infield from the left, Russo, 1-0 down England, Alessia Russo plays it back to Georgia Stanway, out on the right is Lucy Bronze, right corner of the area, crosses to the back post, head piece there, Russo can't turn it in. What defending! A goal kick is given by the referee in the end. Stanway lunged, Linari lunged, Italy throwing everything of it at it, and they're heading to the final at the moment.
I mean, I can't tell you how good that defending is. Again, there's nothing more England can do. It's a great ball in by Lucy Bronze. Hep does well to get there. Russo's thrown her body on the line to try and make it happen. But once again, I tell you, these Italian players live and breathe for these moments. And Salvi is just doing what she does week in, week out, throwing her body on the line. And again, I say it, that is just as good as scoring a goal. She saved a goal there.
And it hit Russo and went behind. Chloe Kelly putting on the England shirt. 14 minutes to go. England's hopes hanging by a very nervy thread. Oh, and the shot is on from long way out, and it's going to go wide from Caruso. She saw Hampton off her line. Inside right channel, about 40-50 yards out. Trying to catch out the England goalkeeper. Ambitious, but wide.
She did, and she's got that in her locker all day long, and actually, probably for her, it's a poor execution. But why is she free there, Joe? You know, I know England need a goal, absolutely, but you've also got to have the discipline of keeping your shape at the back. She can't just be free to have that shot in a 1v1 with Hannah.
England would have taken extra time against the Swedes. I think they'd take extra time now, Tash Dowie. Little question. Here comes Chloe Kelly. She's done it before. Can she do it for England off the bench yet again? Georgia Stanway comes on.
Well, I think you can hear from the crowd just how excited they are by this. And Stanway's had an ineffective game, to be honest. She hasn't been able to really affect it. You can see here now, I think Mead is going into midfield, into the 10 role, and Chloe Kelly's going on the right-hand side. And let's see if she can be the hero again like she has been so many times before.
Massive impact to get England back in it against the Swedes. Chloe Kelly was right at the heart of it, and indeed, England scored their first after 79 minutes on Thursday. We are now heading towards minute 79 again. England 1-0 down on this occasion. So not quite as much work to do, but it's a daunting task for them. Cambiaghi for Italy. They're on the counter-attack now. Opportunity for Caruso. Inside left, off Greenwood. Falls for Italy. Long-range shot is on maybe here from Severini. Square to Caruso. Delivers in the cross, and the header is over the bar from Piemonte. The big number 9. Italy threatening to wrap it up well and truly.
Yeah, and the way England are playing right now is dangerous. Like I said, it's too open. So Italy are very good on the counter-attack. Caruso's patient, and it's actually a great ball in. Piemonte needs to hold her on a little bit, and then she gets a free header there.
Panic stations for England. They survive when they're 1-0 down. Greenwood, left-back position. International football at its tightest and most tense here for England. They must score, or they're heading home. Early ball by Kelly towards Russo, trying to get the wrong side of Linari, who just about hangs on. Not the quickest, she sweeps it clear, then goes down. Throw goes England's way, far side the right. Now, Adiviva Jones maybe getting ready. Walsh, down England's right-hand channel, looks for Russo, angle tight, can she get the shot in at the second attempt? It's such a tight angle, has to go back. Chloe Kelly's there again. Kelly now, dribbling in field and shooting left-footed. That was goal-bound. Took a big deflection. England have a corner. 1-0 down. 11 minutes to go.
Well, straight away. Yeah, we talked about the impact that she had last game against Sweden. Half a yard. She's getting the shot off. Yeah, and this is what we want. You can see her clapping the crowd, trying to get them going. It's going to be a big 10 minutes, put it that way. And I would not be surprised if England got themselves back into this game with what they've done in this tournament so far.
Fingers crossed. Here comes Kelly, 2 arms up into the air. Everybody back for Italy. Kelly delivers high, right-footed. Lucy Bronze knocks it down, cleared away. Nearly that Kelly-Bronze combination again. Walsh on the England run. taking on Oliviero, getting past Oliviero, and the deflection on the delivery. Italy now having to withstand some serious England pressure, and don't the Lionesses need to up the tempo like they're doing now?
I mean, that was a training ground technique all day long. You could see the ball. I thought it was a bit overhit by Kelly, but actually Williamson leaves it. Lucy Bronze's free back post, and actually should do better.
Greenwood now, waiting to take it. It'll be left-footed and in swinging. Here goes Alex Greenwood, high towards Bronze again. She's peeled away off the line. Piemonte, and Italy hanging on by a whisker.
I mean, it's identical, Joe. It's exactly the same corner. Lucy Bronze free again, back post. How is someone not getting on the end of that second ball?
Here it comes again. Greenwood's in swinger, cleared away again by Italy at the near post. Comes back out to Alex Greenwood, onto her favoured left foot, rolls it back to Mead. Mead now to Morgan. It's attack v defence. England have left it late. 1-0 down. Pumps into the area. Goalkeeper might get caught out. No, Giuliani is there to block the ball out of the air. Heavy cross by Mead. Actually, well over hit. Almost turned into a shot.
I mean, Italy are playing a dangerous game right now, because 10 minutes is a long time to just be sitting back, banking up and defending crosses.
9 of normal time to go, plus added time. Italy on the break. Caruso to Oliviero. On the near side there, right. Oliviero to fizz it in. Good ball towards Piemonte, who couldn't get there. And again, that Italy counter-attacking threat still lingers. Italy lead 1-0.
Yeah, absolutely does. And actually, I can see the manager, Andre Sonci, actually say to the right back there, take it to the corner. And we're talking 10 minutes now left still, but that is the tactic he wants. He wants them to take it to the corner and really try and time waste and slow this game down.
Viva Jones and Adjemang being called over by England. Italy slowing the game down through Caruso. But Serena Wiegman can get more players over to the near side touchline. Shall we go to pitch side and grab a word with Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, our England reporter? Courtney, do you feel that England can do enough to get at least an equaliser and force extra time?
Yeah, I do feel like they can. The energy's definitely changed. Brilliant ball already. A couple of balls from Chloe Kelly into the box. And in terms of that routine, you can see from the corner as well, well rehearsed. But this is what Italy love to do. They love defending. They don't mind putting their body on the line. Now, I agree with Tash, there's only so long you can do that for. And we've seen England with some miraculous escapes, but you just think is maybe this one step too far tonight.
Well, we'll find out in the next 7.5 minutes, plus added time, if that is the case on Talksport. Adjemang and Viva Jones ready. Italy temporarily down to 10. Caruso having come off, having gone down. Michelle Adjemang, who scored the equaliser, the 19-year-old against Sweden, to take it to extra time. A lot being asked of a young player. And what will be just her 4th England cap, Tash Down?
Well, Joe, what did we say before the game? And it's no disrespect to Adjemang, but we said if we see her, it's going to be because we don't want to see her and that we need her desperately. And that's exactly the case now. Last 5 minutes, it's going to be long ball, it's going to be desperate.
Greenwood's throw, down the England left. It was a poor clearance by Giuliani, the goalkeeper. Lead back to Greenwood, high cross, back post. It's steered away by Caruso, who's back on the field. England slow to the second ball. Bronze beaten by Piemonte, but she's given it straight to Greenwood again. England all in black from right to left. These are desperate times for the defending Euros champions. Walsh striding up the middle. Out to the right-hand side, Kelly's calling for it. Kelly gets it. 4-5 in the middle. Kelly with a curler. Could reach the back post. England can't get to it. Poked away by Italy's Giuliano. Italy are clinging on to a place in the final. Here comes Adjemang. Here comes Viva Jones. And off goes Williamson, the captain, and Russo in a straight swap.
I mean, Russo's a big call. You know, she's probably your most prolific player. I'm not sure I would have done that if I'm being completely honest. But we do know that you could give Viva Jones half a chance or Adjemang, they'll take it as well.
That will be talked about. Russo taken off, Williamson off. England throwing everything just about at it. Hemmed down by the corner flag. England 1-0 down to Italy. 5.5 minutes of the semi-final remain in normal time. And Oliviero goes down and the referee gives Italy a free kick with no contact at all from Greenwood.
And I mean, mean, she's kissing the ball and celebrating. So I think if the ref can't see that, then that's really poor by the referee. And I can understand why the England players now are getting frustrated. But they knew this coming into the game. This is the way the Italians play. And they've never come up against this before, not in a long time anyway.
High ball up the England left-hand side. Morgan can't shepherd it behind. Italy corner. Good work there by Cambiaghi.
I mean, we talked about passion, Joe. I mean, you should see the subs celebrating that effort there to win them a corner. I mean, look at the Italian fans behind the bench.
OP 717, double 2, double 3, double 4 if you're an England fan. I think everybody saw this sort of Italy game plan coming. England, you might argue, have played into their hands tonight. The Lionesses are on the brink. 2 major tournaments, 2 finals under Serena Wiedmann. But maybe it's not going to be third time. Oliviero is standing over it. Giuliano as well. Giuliano's corner into the near post. And it's saved by Hampton again! Double save! Hannah Hampton keeps England at Euro 2025. Denies Cambiaghi, denies Caruso.
She absolutely does. It is a spectacular save with her face, first of all, but then just being big and brave to get that double save.
Lauren Hemp is chasing here. Oh, and the free kick is given. Again, Hemp pulling back the defender. So Hampton has saved England, but there are only 4 minutes to go. And again, another Italy player's gone down with cramp, which you believe in, Linari.
It is so hard, Joe, as well, because it's a contact sport. You know, so I'm all for, absolutely, fouls being given if it's too physical. But that's not a foul, Joe. It's a contact sport. Hemp has to use her arms to try and get in the ball, and I think the referee has not dealt with that well enough tonight.
It is a side issue, isn't it? But this game has not been managed well enough for a semi-final by the referee. But it is a side issue to a poor England display. They're heading out.
Let's not talk too soon. Let's not talk too soon. All they need is one moment. One moment. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stoppage time, put it that way.
Full time at Ibrox, Paul Mitchell.
A winning start for Russell Martin looked unlikely at half-time. Finlay Curtis made it 1-0. Gini Gassan made it 2-0 after Panathinaikos went down to 10. What a night for Rangers at Ibrox. Rangers 2, Panathinaikos 0.
Thank you, Paul. England 0, Italy 1 it remains. Italy are going to take a free kick with in a situation now where they're temporarily down to 10 players. Italy want the game delayed. Lenzini is off the field at the moment. England have a player advantage, but they are behind. Beth Mead out to the right for England, looking for Lauren Hemp, who is caught late by the sliding challenge. Free kick given by the referee. That was a risky lunge from Linari, and now she is booked. Well, it's high drama, and England are going to leave it really late if they're to get themselves back in it. Here are the Italy changes. Yuli Higa for Lenzini, and Giuliano will come off as well. She's going to be replaced by Giada Greghi. Italy on the brink of one of their greatest ever tournament victories. This is Women's Euro 2025 on Talksport and McDonald's, trying the new big arch. England free kick, right wing position, Kelly's over it. Getting to that point where it really is now or never for the Lionesses. Time is ticking on their Euro 2025 campaign. Can they summon up a goal, having scored in every match at this tournament? Kelly waits. England fans hold their collective breath. 90 seconds to go. Kelly's free kick headed away. Drops out to Esme Morgan. Clever lob over the head of Severini to find Kelly again. Kelly's reverse ball left-footed, headed away. 2 Italy players clamouring to head it clear there. No one there for England. Morgan into the last minute of normal time on Talksport. England are 1-0 down. Here is Lauren Hemp, right corner of the area. Now Kira Walsh, this is desperate. England's tournament comes down to these moments now. Kelly crosses, Adjamang is there, and it's away once more by Italy. Heroic defending. Bronze scoops it long for England towards the edge of the D. Greenwood cannot get there. Italy clear. All the expectation on England coming into tonight, but they haven't done it. Not so far anyway. 2 out to Walsh on the left, beaten to it by the sliding challenge of the substitute Greghi. Tireless performances all over the pitch from Italy. Morgan's got to make it on the halfway line in front of Piemonte, she does. Bronze hooks it downfield. Now here's Kelly. 20 seconds of normal time to go. Chloe Kelly wins England a corner. Well, Tash Dowie, this is it really for England's hopes. These next few moments, these next few minutes.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want anyone else standing over the ball. There's tired legs out. There's tired minds as well. Decision making is becoming a little bit sloppy for the Italian team, and the England team need to make more of that.
Well. 7 added minutes. Kelly's corner for England. They are 1-0 down. Bronze on the back post with the header straight at Giuliani.
I mean, I don't know how the Italian team has not switched on to that corner, and why England have not made more of it. 3 times in a row now, Lucy Bronze free back post, and no one getting on the end of the second ball.
What a disappointing night it is going to be for the Lionesses. Unless 30 seconds of the 7 added played. Morgan not happy with Cambiaghi. England losing tempers now because of the Italy delaying tactics. Referee starting to intervene. Morgan and Cambiaghi head-to-head on the touchline. Yellow for Morgan, yellow for Cambiaghi.
I mean, it's silly, but also understandable. I'd be doing exactly the same to be honest if I was down there. It's so frustrating. They know how much is on the line. Everyone's full of emotion right now, but what you have to do is use those emotions in the right way, in a positive way. And for me, England haven't done that enough tonight.
Less than 6 minutes between England and elimination at the semi-final stage. Alex Green with free kick sharp halfway. Italy fans bouncing on the other end of the ground. Greenwood long towards Adjaman, headed away only as far as 2. Wide right to Hent in a crossing position. Here it is with the left foot, headed away again. It'll drop down to Toon on the edge of the D. She can't control. And Piemonte for Italy has laid it wide to the right, and England are really exposed here. Oliviero down the right-hand side, a shot from miles out. What's she thinking? Over the top. Nearly 2 through 7 added. Italy 1-0 up against England.
Again, we talk about it. I mean, she didn't look tired there, but the mind, that's a poor decision. Run it into the corner. You know, time waits for your team. You've got 5 minutes left. You're never scoring from that distance.
Can England still snatch something from the very jaws of defeat to keep their tournament going? Less than 5 added minutes remain. This will be one of the biggest shocks in recent international football, Tash Dowie.
Oh, Joe, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say the same thing. I mean, we all knew it was going to be a close game tonight, absolutely. But if this is the result, that is one hell of a big result in women's football.
Italy remain camped inside their own half, defending the edge of the box. England trying to get the ball forward. I think there's no time now for simple passes. They've got to go long, surely, at this point, Tash. England have got to get it forward here live on Talksport.
Yeah, they absolutely do. That's why they brought the players on, the personnel that they've got. You know, get it wide, get crosses into the box, get numbers in the box.
93 minutes played. Chloe Kelly, left corner of the area, beyond Oliviero. Kelly blocked off. Good defending at the near post by the arriving Piga. Italy clear not very far. Greenwood, 24 for England. Greenwood's high, diagonal ball. Beaver Jones with a header. Adjaman goes up. England clear it away. Oliviero brings it down. Hits Kelly. Now Adjaman back to goal. Finds Toon, tight area. Walsh with the shot deflected behind. Halfway through added time. England pushing, but it won't go in.
Yeah, they're pushing. I mean, I'm thinking, what is Oliviero doing? You know, you've got literally minutes left and you're trying to control the ball, and now you've given away a corner. But Hannah Hampton's gone up as well. They're throwing everything at it now, England.
Everyone back quickly. We've had nearly 94 minutes. Just over 3 have added time to go. Hampton, the goalkeeper's forward. In by Kelly. No, it's hit the side netting. Oh no. There are still 3 minutes left. But England's hopes are fading very rapidly now, and that sums up the night, maybe sums up the tournament.
Yeah, it does. We talked about it before the game. How long is our luck going to continue? Because we have been lucky, let's be honest, to get to this stage. We have. We've absolutely rode our luck, and maybe this is just one game too far now for England.
2.5 minutes of added time remain. Serena Wiegman watches, arms folded. Little more that she can do. England free kick, edge of the centre circle. Well, there will be questions asked of Serena Wiegman if Italy go through. No doubt about it. the first time that invincibility that she seems to have maybe gone. But there's still a slither of hope for England. Bronze pings the ball long, away by Cambiaghi. Italy defending the edge of the 18-yard line again. England capped inside the Italy half. Just over 2 minutes on Talksport remain. Lauren Hemp with an in-swinging cross. Mead gets to it. Adjumang is there. Can she put it in? She does! England's teenage sensation. This is extraordinary. The comeback queen have done it. In the 6th minute of stoppage time, she's only 19. Michelle Adjumang, mobbed by her teammates. She has broken Italy heart, and England's hopes somehow endure. Deja vu, all right. Can you believe it? 1-1.
I mean, I'm not often lost for words, but I am lost for words. I mean, I think she's crying. She's got that much emotion. The composure by the young kid, 19 years old, the composure in that moment to not just snap at it, to control it, and then the finish, Joe, is sublime. It really is. She's on her knees. She's praying. I mean, I can't believe it. I really can't. The ball into the box, you can see, I think it's Hemp. Brilliant ball into the box, probably one of her best. And credit to Viva Jones and me for getting involved. But it's a brilliant touch. Composure is through the keeper's legs. And I only see one team now going on to win this game. Italy look devastated.
Well, 96th minute. You left it late, Lionesses. Is it just written in the stars? Serena Wiegmann punches the air with delight, and a tune might have to go off here. Adjumang has rescued England again.
I don't think I've ever seen Serena Wiegmann celebrate so hard in my life.
It defies description. Michelle Adjumang to roll it beyond the goalkeeper. England fans dancing around us in the stands in the commentary position. 1-1. Ham. Forward by Piga for Italy. Piemonte. England must not lose their concentration. And they don't initially. Cambiaghi commits a foul. We've had the 7 minutes of added time. And now extra time is looming again for England. Just like in the quarters. But that was skin of their teeth. I don't know what this is. Italy have conceded a free kick. Hampton is over it for England. And Italy players devastated, open mouthed, broken hearted. 1-1, Hampton long. Viva Jones down out on the near side, the left. Can England win it? Added time on added time. Lauren Head with the cross. Adjumang is there again. It's cleared away. Severini thumps it clear of danger. Referee looks at her watch. England will get one more chance.
What I can say, Joe, is the mindset of this team is something else. To never know when they're beaten. There's no other nation that's like it, in my opinion.
England thought they'd let it slip. 1-1. Walsh with the cross. Viva Jones heads it wide. Well, Italy are on the ropes now. England surely will go on and win it from here. Although, given the way the tournament has gone, you just don't know.
The momentum's absolutely with them, and I would call it that England go on and win this game now. I just think Italy's best players are off the pitch. It reminds me very much now of the Sweden game when the Aslanis went off, the Rolfos went off. You've got your Bonaceres and Torellis on the bench. England will go on and win this game, in my opinion.
Headed by Viva Jones, halfway, bounces down, Italy clear. Thumped forward by Hemp. Adjumang, great cushion header. Toon over the top, and the referee ends it. We are going to extra time. Barely believable from an England perspective. But it's just like Thursday night. Once again, the finishers have saved the day. And once again, it's Michelle Adjumang. 81st minute for 2-2 on Thursday. 96th minute to really crush Italy and take England back from the brink on Talksport. Finishes after 90 minutes. England 1, Italy won.
This England team, honestly, they're aging me. They are aging me. They're aging all of you. I think we all need a little bit of a lie down, but there's extra time to come. We were coming up with the headlines. In Serena we're bust. In Serena we rust. In Serena we're dust. But in Serena we're just clinging on to that hope of getting to the final and possibly retaining the European Championship title. We're all getting instructions before extra time, and you'll hear that next on Talksport.
Cricket. It's built for big moments. And Betfair is built for cricket. A game where a great shot is valued as much as a great leave. With Betfair's safer gambling tools, you won't be undone by the corridor of uncertainty. Play like a pro. Set budgets, keep track of your spend, or take a break when you need it. And bet at your best with Betfair.
18 plus gamblerware.org.
How's that for an unbeatable lineup? Make matchday memories that last a lifetime with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Hold on! This storm's rolling in fast! Wait, a lighthouse! Quick, turn us around!
It's not a lighthouse, Captain.
What?
It's Amy. She's just got a £1 fancy coffee through 3 and she's glowing.
Oh, that's a sight to stir an old sailor's soul.
Download 3 Plus and glow with 3.
One £1 barista made drink per 3 Plus customer per week. Participating venue. See 3 Plus for terms.
Car owners, you could be owed thousands in compensation. If you bought a car on finance from 2007 onwards, it may have been sold with hidden commissions. Text SPORT to 86688. My Claim Group. Authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. You don't need to use a CMC. You can claim direct to your lender and the Financial Ombudsman for free. Text SPORT to 86688.
Claims made simple.
Got a paintwork scratch, bumper scuff or minor dent? Want it fixed like new? Of course you do. At Chips Away, we don't judge, we just fix it. Enter a few details online for a free, no-obligation estimate. We'll come to you, or you can visit one of our car care centres. For professional, affordable car body repairs with a lifetime guarantee, visit chipsaway.co.uk. Chips Away, like it never happened.
At DFS, we know there are so many places to sit in summer. Like a beach towel. A picnic rug. Gotcha. Even a flying seat. But the most important is the one you come home to. And whatever your thing, whether it's relaxing on a recliner, chilling on a Chesterfield sofa, or simply sinking into a sea of blue velvet, we've got just the thing for you. DFS, what's your thing?
Talksport Breakfast in partnership with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK. Move up through the gears every morning with top-of-the-range sports edition, ABS, story breaking news, and more goal talk to the gallon. Plus, a stellar lineup of super celebrity sports guests as standard. Talksport Breakfast every weekday morning from 6 on Talksport with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK.
Back in Geneva, we're about to start extra time. I just want to take this moment to thank the Italy coach and players for wasting all that time. Cheers. England 1, Italy 1. Extra time live on Talksport. Tash Dowie, Joe Shannon.
Because, of course, then we wouldn't have had the 97 minutes. 96 when Michel Adjemang struck. Second equaliser in as many major tournament games for England's new star, certainly new super sub, and it's 1-1. England all in black from left to right at the start of extra time. Italy in light green with white socks from right to left. And no changes in extra time, at least at the start of it. We've been here before. Can England see it through again? All the way to spot kicks against Sweden as Chloe Kelly commits a foul on the Italy left-back De Guglielmo. And they're all out of their seats in the dugout, Italy, to appeal. Let me remind you of the two sides again. It's Hampton in goal for England, Bronze, Morgan, Greenwood, finished the game at the back for England, and I think Hemp's at left back at the moment, with Walsh slightly further forward alongside Toon, Kelly to the right, and on the left Beaver Jones, Mead behind Adjamang up front. Italy, Giuliani, Oliviero, Piga, Salvai, Linari and De Guglielmo, Caruso and Greggi, Cambiaghi, Severini and Piemonte, the number 9, is furthest forward for the Italians. Clearance by Piga. And Italy tried to break again, but it's an England throw on halfway. Here's Tashdown.
Yeah, well, what I'm hoping is that England take that momentum and the energy that they showed in the last 10 minutes and continue that now. Don't see this extra time as actually, just slowing the game down, going back to what you were doing for the first 80 minutes. Continue that momentum. I think that's really important.
So, England building from the back. Morgan. Midway inside her own half of the field. Now Lucy Bronze. Out to the right back position. Kelly. Long to Adjamang. Controls it well. She is the story maybe of England's tournament. Mead with a crossfield ball. Lauren Hemp watches it onto her forehead and then whips in a lovely cross. Beaver Jones looks for it. Headed away. This time by Piga of Italy. How do Italy reset from here? It's been a defensive rearguard that so nearly saw them through to the European Championship final, but so near, yet so far it seems.
I mean, let's highlight Adjamang. I think she's been so tidy as well, not just scoring the goal, but her all-round play. I think I'm really excited to actually see her development this season in the WSL, and actually if she does get game time at Arsenal, because I'm telling you now, after this tournament, I'll be very surprised if she doesn't. Before I thought maybe she'll get a loan move summer again like she did last season, but I think Arsenal will be looking to give her minutes this season.
Well, it's a conundrum certainly for the Arsenal boss Renee Slagers, but as you say, Tash, something for next season to think about. Morgan puts the ball into touch, Italy throw 10 yards into the England half, and Italy just don't have what Sweden had in extra time. Sweden in the quarters really dominated extra time in terms of possession, but Italy feel unlikely to do that. It is 1-1, 3 minutes into that extra time. Here come Italy with Piemonte, square ball, De Guglielmo, left edge of the England penalty area, good work by Kelly. Tracking back for England. Adjamang trying to trace a loose pass, Linari gets it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Adjamang thought about leading the press upfield, but then thought differently. Italy go back to Giuliani again.
Yeah, that's not being disrespectful to Italy, but I think they would be happy with penalties. Absolutely they would. I think they'd be very comfortable to play for penalties, whereas I think England want to get this game won in extra time.
Salva, midway inside her own half, not up the middle, the flick by Piemonte. Tracking back is Hemp for England, doesn't really get there. Italy have it with Oliviero, close to the edge of the England box. Oliviero, infield to Cambiaghi. How can Italy find the mindset to go again? They were almost in the final, but almost is not good enough. England win it back, and the momentum is with the Lionesses. If you're just joining us on Talksport, Michelle Adjamang with a 96th minute equaliser. And you're shaking your head, Tash Dowie. I don't think anyone can believe that England have salvaged something from somewhere again.
I mean, what is it, four caps now, 3 goals? Not bad stats at all.
Adjamang back to Kelly. Now Walsh forward towards the midway point of the Italy half. Lead back to Walsh again. Angle ball wide to Kelly on the near side. Back to Bronze. Beaver Jones. One goes in the middle. Bronze goes square. Morgan to Greenwood now. Greenwood with the angled pass. Out to the left, Lauren Hemp. Is she going to try a 1-2? Beaver Jones spins on the edge of the D instead. Now Kira Walsh, who can hit them from range. Little flick by Hemp, clever. But overhit. Toon has darted across, kept it in. And Jilson, a good ball. Goalkeeper can't get there. Nearly an own goal by Piga, who scrambles it away at the very last. 1-1 it remains. 5 minutes to extra time. And a 2. Corner of the box, thought about shooting, then played the ball with a pass. Italy smuggled it away, and Bronze commits a foul on Piemonte, actually right in front of the referee.
Again, not a foul. Piemonte actually doesn't get her body in the way very well, but going back to the Toon cross, it's brilliant to get something out of that. And again, carbon copy of actually Adjamang's goal. Beaver Jones being a pest, making that run across the goalkeeper. That's so important that number 9 does that and then nearly creates something from it.
Forward by Olivieri for Italy. It's only half away by Esme Morgan. Piemonte is able to hold it up for Italy. Spent just a season in the WSL and she was at Everton. Now England can break. Good sliding challenge. Tegan on the halfway line on Eva Jones. So that attack brought to an end, and Italy 6 minutes into extra time trying to just reassert themselves again.
I mean, this is the football you love to see, don't you? You know, two teams that really are throwing everything at it. Big tackles.
And big moments still to come. De Guglielmo for Italy. Left wing position. Tees it back into the path of Greggy, who tries to curl it goalwards, and not enough power behind it to seriously trouble the England number 1, Hannah Hampton.
Yeah, it's comfortable. You know, she's got this in her locker, Greggy. She's a good player, technically very good, but you can see no power behind that shot. You can see what she's trying to do, shape it into the top corner. But Hannah Hampton, easy catch there, and England can start their attack again.
With Lucy Bronze, who is in the right back position here for England. Lays it back to Esme Morgan. Well, penalties we had in the quarters, you'd be forgiving England fans for thinking about it again, even relatively early into extra time. 7 minutes of the regular 30, of course, have been played.
Joe, you're reading my mind. I was literally just thinking, are these players thinking about penalties already?
Adjiman back to goal and lay it back to Bronze. England have really got a focal point to aim at in Adjiman. He's got it again on the near side to right. Eva Jones is in the middle there. England have got the firepower to go on and win it from here. Another goal by a substitute at a major tournament under Serena Vig. Chloe Kelly scampers infield, beyond 2, beyond 3, beyond 4. What a shot, and it's just over the top. That would have been one of the goals of the tournament, if not the goal, from England's player for the big occasion, Chloe Kelly.
Oh, it's lovely footwork, it really is. You know, she's someone that's enjoying her football. In and out, right, left, onto her left. She has no weak foot, and actually, I'd probably be ultra critical. That's where she just needs to take a deep breath, calm, compose herself. Chloe Kelly's got that in her locker to shape that far corner, but good play there by the wide player.
Place in the final at stake, and the big moment still to come on Talksport. Adjiman lets it run. Here's the chance for Eva Jones up the middle. Up came the goalkeeper. Beat her to it. Threaded ball down the middle by Walsh. Eva Jones couldn't quite get there. Stays 1-1.
I have to say as well, the fitness levels of these players, you know, to not only be able to kind of go back-to-back games every 2 to 3 days, but then extra time, penalties, and then some of these players, you know, the fitness levels coming to this tournament, it really is. It's phenomenal. Credit to them.
Well, the ball is out of play on the halfway line in between the two dugouts. Italy have a throw. De Guglielmo. 1-2 with Greggy, who came on towards the end when Italy thought they'd seen it out, but they didn't reckon with England's Michelle Adjiman, who has somehow done it again in even more extraordinary fashion than in the quarter-final. Severini holds it up for Italy, and then Hemp charges down the clearance, but Severini was actually caught by Greenwood on the follow-through anyway. So that is an Italy free kick over on their right, halfway line, and it is still tense, but I think collectively a big sigh of relief for the England fans.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit disappointed that England have dropped their tempo a little bit. I know it's hard. You know, these players are tired. They've played a lot of football, but I just think we're so good when we're direct, full of energy, pressing high. And I just think we've maybe allowed the tempo to drop a little bit again in extra time, which has allowed Italy to get themselves, you know, comfortable and back in the game.
Well, Italy have got a throw on halfway again. Piga is going to take her time, and you do think at this point that penalties is certainly Italy's best hope. Don't think we can take the nerves of penalties again, can we?
I mean, crazy, absolutely crazy. Well, they've been practicing, so that's a positive.
10 minutes of extra time have been played. 1-1 the score remains. England's Kira Walsh striding upfield, tries to chip it towards Chloe Kelly. Inside right. Mead is square of Kelly. He's worked way out to the near side channel. Back to Bronze. Adjemang is forward, so too. On that far side of the field is Beaver Jones of England. Now Bronze out to the right, the near side, and Kelly again. Back to Bronze, and she can't find Kelly on the underlap, and it is away by Italy once more. Just when you think England were beaten, they keep you guessing. And the final, the prospect of reaching the final on Sunday, still alive. Be live on Talksport to play either Spain or Germany. But wouldn't England love to get it done in extras rather than spot kicks? Bronze over halfway. Haven't really seen a clear-cut chance in extra time yet. Salvai sweeps the ball high, clear for Italy. And their game plan has really remained the same. No foul on Adjemang in the building.
I mean, there's a reason, Joe, why England are the holders. I think it's probably all of us are a little bit silly to think that they're done and dusted when they never are. But what actually you almost have to love about this tournament is they've done it the ugly way. We've never seen that in the past. England won it in 2022 the attractive way, playing good football. If they do go on and make it to the final, and if they do go on and win this Euros back-to-back, they really have done it the ugly way. But to be honest, they won't care. They'll have that medal around their neck, and that's all that matters.
Headed by Bronze, downfield towards Adjemang, hooked away over her shoulder by Di Guglielmo. Italy trying as much as they can to keep England at bay. Still a sense that it's attack v defence. England from left to right. 3 minutes of the first half of extra time to go. Still 1-1. Back it goes from Oliviero to goalkeeper Giuliani. Hurried clearance under pressure. Worrying moment here under the lights for the goalkeeper, but she got it away just.
I mean, look at Lauren Hemp as well. Missed 5 months of the season, is playing in almost like a wing-back role, and is running and chasing lost cause. It's brilliant. Her end product might not have been there tonight, but you cannot work that girl's work rate. It is unbelievable. You can't fault it.
Another England throw. This one is level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Hemp goes across to take it. She has Toon short. Adjemang square. Couldn't get it under control. Italy just pumping the ball upfield. Not even really directed at Piemonte. That latest clearance, and England can retrieve it, and they can come forward again. Build an attack with Esme Morgan. 104th minute, 1-1.
I mean, if Italy can hold on in this extra time, I'll be amazed, because right now they look dead on their legs. It's pretty much a back six at times and just hoofing the ball on, turnover after turnover, and that's where England in those situations right now, giving the ball away so cheaply, they have to do better there, because Italy aren't offering anything. So this is England's to win right now.
Here is Linari. Italy have it on the edge of their own area. Forward ball, and Greggy nearly gets caught by Chloe Kelly on halfway. Kira Walsh slides in, doesn't make the challenge. 1-1 on Talksport. Greggy's carried in a long way. Now Di Guglielmo for Italy. Infield with the pass. Didn't really look up. And well intercepted by two. Tracking back. Need early ball. Adjemang. Goalkeeper back pedaling. Adjemang. Right corner of the area. Taking on Linari. Adjemang square. Chance for Beaver Jones. Couldn't get it under control. And her Toon was just behind her. Toon couldn't get there, even though she was free. Beaver Jones blocked off by Salvai. Italy on the ropes again there. Chloe Kelly in behind. Down the right to chip it in over the head of Beaver Jones. Now Lauren Hemp, opposite wing. Left-hand side. 1-1. Hemp to the dead ball line. And the cross is caught by Giuliani. And England still can't find the winner just yet in extra time.
Yeah, it's a big moment there, wasted, Joe, where Adjemang plays it in. Beaver Jones should leave it, and Toon has a tapping back post, but she doesn't.
Italy break, a little stretched and transitional now the game. Last few seconds of normal time in the first half of extra time. Can be argued, not Max Greenwood, but Greenwood is going to try and see it behind. Doesn't, and gets away with a poor clearance, to be honest. Mead, though, for England, maybe England deserved a bit of luck there. Now they have it with Hemp. Greenwood, is she struggling? She looks like she might be. And the referee calls time at half-time and extra time. Are we heading for another England penalty shootout? England 1, Italy won.
Still recovering from Michel Adjemang's equaliser, and I think some of the England players are as well. Let me just tell you that Rangers won 2-0 in the Champions League against Panathinaikos at Ibrox earlier this evening. The sports bar will be coming up when we're done here in Geneva, and it could be another long night. Ollie Klink, Perry Groves will be taking your calls on all things football, and almost certainly you'll want to talk about what's going on here in Geneva this evening. And the thing I don't understand, Tash Dowie, please explain to me why England aren't going for it. You talked about how they've dropped the tempo. If it goes to penalties, that's 50-50. The way we took penalties the other night, that is definitely 50-50. In fact, Italy will fancy the chances. I think we have to go and win it in extra time here, the second period.
100%. And look, Adrian, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this is really easy. You know, they've played 90 minutes now, an extra 15. You know, go on, high energy. But on the flip side, changes have been made. There are players on that pitch that haven't played, you know, the full 90, so that should be full of energy. So absolutely, I think these 15 minutes, I'll be very surprised if you don't see England go all out now, direct, like what they did in the last 5 to 10 minutes. They have to, you know, because like you said, penalties is just too big a gamble and too big a risk.
Quick one from Courtney Sweetman-Kirk behind the goal. We think Grace Clinton is coming on in this for this second period of extra time. England have got to go and win it, Courtney.
Yeah, they have. I don't fancy the odds either in terms of the penalties, looking at the way we took them against Sweden. But, it's difficult. You have that adrenaline to get you through in terms of when you're in your 90 minutes trying to draw yourself level. And it's also that risk and reward of trying not to go expansive too quickly and getting hit on the counter-attack by Italy. So it's a fine balance.
Clinton on for Kira Walsh, who was looking very tired towards the end, the England midfielder. Italy will kick us off in this second period of extra time. Lionesses, go and do your thing. I don't want penalties tonight here in Geneva, live on Talksport. England 1, Italy 1, second period of extra time to come with Tash Dowie, former England striker, and your commentator on Talksport, Joe Shannon.
Well, a helpful reminder that England have won all 3 of their shootouts under Sarina Wiegman. But given the way Thursday's panned out against Sweden, hopefully we won't need to turn to spot kicks again. 1-1, second half of extra time begins. With, as Adrian was saying, Clinton onto the field in place of Emma Toon. Her first touch is ahead of clear. England all in black, playing from right to left towards the England end. And it is Kira Walsh who's gone off. Italy playing from left to right in green and white. And England have a free kick, and Italy are fuming. The referee races across to stop Oliviero from delaying the game. An England free kick, 15-20 yards into Italy territory, about 10 yards infield from the left. Tash Dowie, can England grab a winner in extra time, 1-1?
Yeah, they absolutely can. We've seen that. Now, if we don't believe that right now, then we obviously haven't been watching this England team this tournament. They have players that can deliver under huge pressure on the big stage.
Standing over the ball is Kelly. So often the game changer. Helped out England again tonight. Adjemang at the back post. Kelly fizzed it in. The flick by Hemp. Lucy Bronze has peeled away. It was off the training ground, but Bronze couldn't get there. 14 minutes to go.
I mean, if England don't get something from that Bronze back post area, I'll be really surprised. And it is blowing my mind that Italy just seems so unaware of it. So England need to continue that, because it's absolutely something that's been working really well, but they need to then make more of that when they get another free kick or set piece.
England fans right behind their team. They're with them for every kick on Talksport. Is the dream going to go on a little longer? Beaver Jones has won it on the right, crosses in. Adjemang is there, away by Salvai. Good header. England have it again. Played back to the feet of Hemp, and they'll build another attack. Go back to the halfway line. Morgan can start it all over again. 1-1 on Talksport.
It's a good ball in by Beaver Jones, but I actually think maybe the cutback was better. There's a couple of people free on the edge, and I think that would have been a better decision.
Do penalties loom, or can England win it? Behind by Greggy, and England have a corner in front of the Lionesses support.
I mean, the crowd's been brilliant, and we've spoken about how important they've been for this England team, and at times actually have probably got them through this tournament.
Well, Italy defending desperately and deep. England looking to turn it around. Kelly's corner tipped away. Giuliani Giuliani, nearly all the way in. 1-1 it stays, only just.
I mean, that's an incredible save, by the way. That almost reminds me of a Berger save, not as good, but that's curling in all the way. And to get a really strong hand on that and to tip that out for a corner, credit to the keeper there.
England fans on their feet. So many England flags being waved behind the goal and behind the corner taker. Chloe Kelly again. Italy look really nervy now. Kelly to whip it in high, out swinging. Bronze jumping at the back post, looping header is easy for Giuliani.
Yeah, it was. Not enough power in that cross. Lucy Bronze, really, you're not going to score from there. And again, it's easy said than done, but just head that back into a dangerous area where then someone else can make a bit more of it.
With a number of dramatic moments, you almost cease to believe it with England in this tournament. Semi-finals. If you were late joining us on Talksport, you missed a very late equaliser, 96th minute from Michel Adjemang to take us into extra time, of which there are 11 minutes to play. If not, if there's no winner, it stays 1-1, penalties for England against Italy. And Piga is under pressure. England are pressing hard and firm and high now. Eva Jones gives it away. One back by Cambiaghi for Italy, and Hemp goes in. Well, you wonder where this was earlier on in the game for England, otherwise they might already be through.
You're spot on, and again, I've said it, this is England's game to be won. Italy are running out of options. They don't have options. You can see the manager on the sideline is pretty much just praying for the whistle to blow.
Getting a little cooler now in Geneva. Italy throw down the right, spun off the head of Cambiaghi and away by Morgan. Eva Jones with the flick towards Adjemang and Kelly. Header away, Toon tries to play it square. Italy win it back, halfway, Piemonte. Clever ball by Greggy, well controlled by Cambiaghi. Midway inside England territory. Greggy pokes it back into her own half. Salva, square to Piga. Piga long, chested down by the onrushing Caruso, but the referee has stopped it and belatedly given Italy a free kick, and Serena Biegman, with 10 minutes of extra time to play, can't believe the decision. It might be just about within shooting range, this.
Well, to be honest, first of all, I thought the referee had blown a whistle for a head injury, for both of them. You know, actually, yes, she's probably made the call correct there. I think Lucy Bronze, you can see, you know, she's going into the back row, she's giving her a little bit of a nudge, and again, you could say the Italian has made the most of it, but it is a bit of a silly foul to be giving away around this area. And Caruso, she is someone that has this in her locker. She's had such a quiet game. I've actually been really disappointed in her performance. She's their star player, but she'll fancy her chances from here.
Italy, aerial ability, physical power, 3 in the England wall. It is a long way out, 30 yards or so. Caruso steps up, delivers high. Here comes Hampton, she gets there easily. 4 free kick. Nowhere near Piemonte. Surely now, Serena Biegman thinking about penalty takers. 1-1. Will there be a change if it goes that far to England's lineup? Greenwood pumps it long. England desperately trying to avoid the potential agony of spot kicks. 9 minutes plus added time to go in extra time. England want to get on with it quickly. Back it goes to Greenwood from Hemp. Midway inside the Italy half. Now Hemp further forward, taking on Greggy. Greenwood waiting to deliver the cross. First time left-footed. It's over the head of Kelly, but Lucy Bronze is there. She could whip it back in. Bronze with time to deliver. Takes a deflection, loops up into the air. Giuliani is there to gather. Giuliani and Hampton could become the 2 most important players on the pitch in a few minutes' time, Touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Alex Greenwood there, I would just like us to take a touch before we cross it in. Too many times we've gone and whipped it in first time and then the execution hasn't been right. They've got loads of time in those wide areas. The Italians aren't pressing now. They're literally just defending for their lives. So then when we get those moments, let's really make sure they're good quality.
England have it on their right with Kelly infield, poor pass behind Mead, intercepted by Greggy. England fans can barely watch as Greggy races forward, and it's 3-on-3. Greggy to the right, Cambiaghi, Piemonte in the middle. Cambiaghi looks up, she's got Greenwood for company. Greenwood has held up Cambiaghi, forcing her away from goal. Excellent from Alex Greenwood. But England dare not concede here. Caruso a long way out. It's had it whipped off her toes by Kelly. Smuggled upfield towards Adjaman, who holds it up and gets a massive cheer again. She got a massive cheer in the warm-up, did Michelle Adjaman. England's new icon, England's new hero.
Do you know what, Joe, though? In those moments, I would love to see Adjaman actually turn on the ball and then go 1v1 with Salvi. She's got the pace and beating her though all day long. Be positive.
Well, England are finishing the game with Hempers left wing back / left back and Bronze out on the right. Bronze has got it now. 1-1, 6.5 to play. Kelly, England right. To Guglielmo for company. Kelly crosses, headed away. Denari was there for Italy. What drama on Talksport, just when you think you've seen it all. Always think again with football. Kelly to the dead ball line. Kelly deflected cross, corner. It is England really who are pushing, but can they find a winner?
I mean, it's only England now pushing, and you can kind of understand that with Italy. You know, to get into this situation right now, I think in their eyes is pretty much a miracle. You know, so they're just really trying to hold out now, and then, like I said, get to those penalties where it is going to be 50-50.
1-1. England closing in on double figures in the corner count. Kelly hoists this one high away from goal. Greenwood goes up, doesn't get there. Bronze tried to meet it. Italy clearance not very far. Adjaman knocks it down, but has been penalised. And it is a free kick to Italy. The chance is gone for now.
I'm intrigued to see who these penalty takers are going to be, Joe. Looking down at the field now, and I'm thinking, are you going to be big enough and brave enough? And Alex Greenwood, people that missed first time to go again, which I think she will. And Adjaman, you know, is she going to be brave enough to step up and take a penalty kick? Probably.
A reminder that in England's quarter-final shootout, 9 of the 14 spot kicks were missed across both teams. Piemonte for Italy. Oliviero with a cross from the right. Good ball. Nobody's there though. Lucy Bronze is for England. Lucy Bronze clears upfield. Chasing is Kelly. Beaten to it by Linardi. England, it's expected again. They haven't quite delivered yet. 1-1 in extra time. 5 minutes between England, Italy and penalties to decide who will reach the European Championship final to play either Spain or Germany. Piemonte has held it up. Well, the number 9. Blocked off by Clinton, firm but fair challenge. Piemonte appeals to the referee, nothing given. Clinton is then blocked off by Caruso. That is sloppy from England. Given away. Now Caruso, 25 yards out. Wide right, Oliviero. She hangs up a high cross. Hampton comes for it again. Didn't quite get there first of all, but pounces on the second ball. She has been excellent, Hannah Hampton. She's in no rush to get it forward. Still 1-1.
Yeah, I think both keepers have been very good at claiming, but I'd actually say I think the crosses from both teams have been pretty disappointing today.
Adjaman is chasing. Long ball down the middle. Adjaman is there. She's off the keeper. Off the bar. That would have been a stand-up and applaud moment. Michelle Adjaman, oh so close to a wonder goal. Denied by the woodwork. She is inspired. Nobody can deal with the threat of Adjaman.
I mean, Adjaman right now, everything she touches is positive. You know, from having a season at Brighton where it was kind of a breakout season, but I wouldn't say she was prolific. Everything she is doing right now is working.
Good flick from Adjaman. Beaver Jones pulls it back only half away. Italy get in a tangle. Away by Pigan. Hemp, 117th minute. Hemp's cross. Mead goes down. That's got to be a penalty. It is an England penalty kick with 3 minutes of extra time to go. Had to be. Mead is fouled. Italy glum faces again, but England with the chance to seal their spot in the final. This is the biggest kick of their tournament coming up right here. It's a definite penalty, Tashdawi.
I wanted to see it back because at the time I wasn't sure if I'm being 100% Joe. Because Mead, I wasn't 100%. It absolutely is. It's going to be given. Do think it's soft. It could be given either way if I'm being 100%. Both had each other's shirts, Joe. Both had each other's shirts, but I do think it is going to stand. And now the question is, who takes this penalty?
I think it's going to be Bronze. Bronze, who stepped up in the quarterfinals in a manner reminiscent of an England great in Stuart Pearce and just lashed it up the middle. What's she going to do this time? A penalty to England. And she's going to give it, is she, to Kelly? She is. Listen to the approval of the England fans. 119 minutes. Italy had their name on a place in the final. England were done. They were finished. They were heading out. The pressure was on. And the pressure still is on for Chloe Kelly here. Hands on hips. She smiles towards the goalkeeper. It'll be a short runner. A hop, a skip, a jump. This to put England in the final. Kelly! Save! Kelly there again! It's in! Ella Toon! England 2, Italy 1. This is just extraordinary. The shot was saved by the goalkeeper and the rebound is poked into the back of the net. It is utterly, utterly extraordinary. Chloe Kelly struck it firmly, turned away by the goalkeeper, and Kelly lunging in with Toon there as well to poke it into the net. She truly is, Chloe Kelly, England's player for the big occasion. Yes, she missed it the first time of asking, but when it came to the rebound, she was there. Italy are devastated. They are heading out. But the Lionesses, the pride of England, are heading for the final of the European Championship. They lead it by 2-1.
I mean, it's good reactions by Chloe Kelly. It's a poor penalty, to be honest. She hits it straight down the middle. Keeper saves it. Actually, I think the keeper could push it away into a better area. But good reactions to be the first to get there. To be honest, I was wondering what the palaver was with the Italians and the referee and what they were waiting for. But England seem to have done it again, Joe. Looks like they're heading to a final.
Well, you couldn't make it up. Kelly has done it again. The winner in the final in 2022. Surely the winner in the semi here. Off goes Greenwood, on comes Carter. And for England it is the latest of late turnarounds. 3 added minutes on Talksport at the very end. And reminiscent of Harry Kane in the Denmark semi-final for England a few years ago. Ajimang throws her arms up into the air as she wins England a throw. Confirmation of Carter for Greenwood right at the end for the European champions. 2-1 to England on Talksport.
Oh, nice little moment there in the crowd. Chloe Kelly's husband hugging it. Looked like Kelly's dad there having a moment. You can see the Italians on the bench crying their eyes out. I mean, this is the beautiful part of the sport, but also the really painful part. And the Italian manager's walked off the pitch. He's gone. I don't know if he's just been given a red card, but he's just left the pitch.
Well, it's gone to a penalty kick, but only one. Yet another penalty missed. But Kelly there, this time, to snap up the rebound. A tale of missed penalties throughout this tournament, really. But England, having missed yet another, were first to react, and now they're just over a minute away from the final. Forward by Greggy for Italy. It's spun off Clinton. It's not done yet. De Guglielmo and Linari long for Italy. Cambiaghi with the looping header. Piemonte can't get there. Clinton will nudge it away. Italy desperate in their search for penalties. Oliviero wins the throw. Off head. 45 seconds to go on Talksport. Back it goes for Italy. The ball is steered in field. Salvai. Can she get there? It's cleared away by Esme Morgan. Big cheer from the Lionesses fans. Header away again. This time by Clinton. Adjaman trying to reach it. The touches off the Italy player, Greggy. Surely. The head coach, Sonchin, I don't think has been sent off. In fact, he is on the touchline. But it doesn't matter. It's going to be immaterial anyway. England are surely going to reach another major final in the most remarkable and crazy of ways. Mead slides in, and she's committed a foul. Italy will have one last chance to get the ball forward. Yellow card for Beth Mead. England 2, Italy 1. Well, it is now or never for the Italians. Who'd have thought it? 3 added minutes at the end of extra time have been played. Italy, through Giuliani, will go long. England fans can't bear to look. Giuliani belts it high and upfield. England will clear it away through Kelly. All eyes now on the referee. She looks at her watch. And England are one step away from making history again. The Lionesses have climbed every Swiss mountain in their way, and Serena Wiedmann's team are through to the Euro 2025 final. The most successful England senior side of all time have reached a third major tournament final in a row, and now the European champions have the chance to retain their crown and become the first England side to lift a trophy overseas. Again, it came down to a penalty, but this time Chloe Kelly, having missed, was there to snap up the rebound. She just loves the big moments. Chloe Kelly, England's golden girl, on a grand night in Geneva. You've got to drink it in and enjoy it, England fans. One more game to come to bring the Lionesses yet more footballing immortality. And how they snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Italy in front through Bonansea. Adjaman with a 96th minute equaliser. And Kelly, having missed the penalty, poking home the rebound with a minute of extra time to go. Are we going to be able to add 2025 to those glory days of 2022 and 1966? It feels like for England it is written in the stars. And away they go to celebrate in front of the most jubilant England supporters. Arms up into the air, hands aloft, they applaud each other, back and forth. The final, yes, the final, somehow awaits for England, and football could still be coming home again. England 2, Italy 1.
Well, you know the phrase, back from the brink. These Lionesses are reinventing that word, brink. They're redefining it. We need a new term for what they're doing at this tournament. I mean, they're all smiles, they're all laughing, you can understand why. But Italy will be wondering how on earth they are out. Incredible, incredible. And you know, we said we love Chloe Kelly before this game tonight. We love her even more now, and she's missed a penalty. Incredible. She's going to swap shirts with an Italian. She's got an Italian shirt on. She's being led away to do the media. I think she's going to have to put an England shirt on. And now she's stopped to dance before she goes off and does their interviews. That's what this spirit of the Lionesses is all about. They get me so frustrated. They get me so wound up. They get me so stressed out. And then they go and win it. And you can't help but love them. And you can't help but forgive them. And you can't help but back them. Because yet again, they've got to another final at a major tournament. What a run of achievement and success from this England squad, from Serena Wiedmann and the players. Amazing, just amazing. And the backing they've had as well. I look away to my left and those England fans are dancing and celebrating. And you know what, when they're 1-0 down to Italy, those fans aren't having a go. They're not moaning. They're just singing and getting behind the team. And even during extra time, when the tempo dropped a little bit, they're still getting behind the team. And they've been rewarded in the end. It's incredible. Listen, there's a tough task to come against Spain or Germany in the final on Sunday. But former England striker Tash Dowie, England, the Lionesses, are there. I'm not quite sure how they're there, but they're there in yet another final. It's incredible, isn't it?
I feel like we're going to be saying the same thing after they go and win it. We're going to be saying, how have they won it? But we're sitting here, 4 or 5 games in, I've lost track now, but we're saying the same thing time and time again, and they've done it. It's special. It's really special what they've created here. And it's not just about the starting 11, it really is about that squad. It's a special squad.
It really is. Listen, I know as an ex-professional, you've got sympathy with those Italian players, and they're crying. Forgive me, I've got no sympathy whatsoever. They were falling around. They were trying to get fouls. England were very naive with all of that, by the way. Even the most experienced players, incredibly naive. All that time wasting allowed England to get that equaliser. I have no sympathy whatsoever. What they've got to do is learn from this. Play the game a little bit more, dry your eyes, and actually be a bit more professional about it all. Less of all what you think is streetwise stuff. It's dark arts, and it ain't going to work against top sides like England, because they will find a way. Am I being harsh? Because I haven't got any sympathy with them whatsoever. They can cry all night for all I care.
I understand your point, Adrian, I do, but I also think when you're an underdog, you have to find a way to try and win the game. And look, in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, when this Italian team has developed, the Italian league has developed, I don't think you'll see as much of that. But I think probably coming into this game, they knew they had to do something to make the game ugly and to try and get a result, and they nearly did it today doing that. But yeah, I understand your point completely.
Well, Girelli is about to go off injured, crying. She's one of the many Italians crying. Maybe, I don't know, take that song. Only takes a minute. Only takes England, 96 minutes. And then they'll go and get an equaliser and take it into extra time. What can you say about Michelle Agiman? Absolutely incredible, Tash Dowie. At this moment in time, I'm thinking, what a future she has got.
No, she has. It's exciting. If I'm being honest, I think she's overachieved in this tournament. I thought that she was a bit of a wild card coming into it. I didn't think she would feature as much as she has. And actually, not just scoring the goals, the quality of her all-round play I've been really impressed with. So for me now, this really could be a big future for her. Absolutely right, with regards to moving back to Arsenal. And again, I talked about it. I think she'll feature a lot more than what I expected her to feature next season. And credit to her, 19 years of age. You know, she's become a celebrity almost overnight. It's brilliant to see.
Terrific to see Jess Carter get on the pitch and help shore things up for England and make sure they got through. A quick word for Hannah Hampton. She made a double save second half when England were 1-0 down. And she came, we talked about how she's got to come and get the aerial balls. She got them all. I thought she was terrific tonight.
Yeah, and I'm glad you highlighted that, Adrian, because I think that's the difference between goalies, defenders and centre forwards. She won't be remembered for that. You know, Chloe Kelly will be remembered for getting her winning penalty, and Agiman coming on and being the difference maker. But I think Hannah Hampton was superb when she was needed today.
Chloe Kelly then comes on 77 minutes, which, listen, we don't need to sleep on it. We know it's way too late. I cannot understand what Serena Wiegman is thinking, leaving it that late. But she still found enough time to win us the game. She didn't miss the penalty and still won us the game.
And the way that she does it, Adrian, it's literally like she's just playing in the park. It literally looks like she has zero pressure. Picks up that ball for the spot kick, smiling, relaxed. Even when she gets the rebound, telling everyone to calm down. I mean, honestly, the confidence that girl has in her own ability, and I think you can see that she delivers every time.
I think on the Talksport socials, you and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk have talked about Ballon d'Or winners. I wonder if Chloe Kelly's getting in the mix with these performances off the bench at the Euros, and of course she's a Champions League winner as well.
Yeah, I think she needs to be a regular starter then next season at Arsenal, and absolutely she's got the ability to be there. She's a top player. But for me then, why doesn't she start for this England team? You know, we're talking about Ballon d'Or winners, she needs to be a starter, but though she's getting presented a Player of the Match award, and she's, you know, only come on with 10 minutes left to play. So again, a massive but she'll probably come on and be the hero again.
Well, you're going to have to pick an MVP very soon, and that's up to you who you pick, but I'll give you a little time to think about it. It's Spain or Germany next. I wonder how they're feeling about the possibility of going through and facing England in the final in Basel on Sunday. What they'll know is they can't clock off early because England can perform late in the game. I think when we just step back a moment, and there's lots of celebrations, and I get that, Tash, but there's a lot to put right from an England point of view because they didn't play well for a long period of that game.
If I'm being honest, Adrian, I'm a little bit worried going into the final because when I look at the teams that we've come up against, let's be honest, we've been favourites in every game. You know, absolutely we have. Even against France, we've been favourites. But for me, what I'm worried about is we would not be able to get away with that against a Germany or a Spain. We will not. So that's why I'm a bit concerned, because we haven't in this whole tournament produced a good full 90-minute performance. It's been 10 minutes here or there.
Yeah, it is a real worry. The midfield, I think, is a real worry. I feel sorry for Alessia Russo, who runs and runs and runs. She goes off, suddenly we get back in the game, and people might be thinking, well, you've got to start Adjaman, you can't have Russo in the side. It's so harsh on players who really work tirelessly. Defensively, I thought Esme Morgan was terrific. I mean, at times she was left back there defending on her own, and she has the pace to clear it all up. I think she's nailed a starting place for the final, but there's a lot to put right for Sarina Wiegman. But right now, the players are celebrating with the fans, and it's a joy to see. And let's just reflect, the thing we said at the top of the show, Tash, was this is a golden period for the England women's team. They're going deep in tournaments time after time, third final in a row, always getting to semi-finals. This is such a joyous period for this team, and I think they deserve all they get because they work so hard. There seems to be a lot of camaraderie around. They have a lot of luck. Maybe they earn that luck, but this is the fans. They've got to know that this won't last. At some point, they'll go out early in the tournament. But right now, just enjoy the moment, savour every second.
Oh, absolutely enjoy it, Adrian. Because when I was coming through the England setup, I never ever thought I would see this, if I'm being honest. And it is so hard to be where they are. And I always say this, people that are successful in life, they don't just get given it, they work hard for it. And these girls, the professionalism, what they have to do day in, day out, they live and breathe it, so they deserve these moments.
Okay, a cynic has just messaged me saying they've won this just for the right to lose to Spain in the final. You can't look at it like that, can you?
No, absolutely not. They've got everything now to play for. They want to go back to back and create history with Sarina Wiegman, and I wouldn't put it past them to go and lift that trophy again. I really wouldn't.
I stopped drinking 2 years ago. I might have to take it up after this. It's just been one of those nights. I definitely won't sleep till about 4 o'clock in the morning. I think it was about 6 o'clock after the Sweden game. It is time now to pick our MVP of tonight's game with McDonald's.
Talksport's MVP of the match, brought to you by McDonald's. Got Big McDonald's hunger? The new Big Arch is here. Available from 11 a.m. at participating restaurants.
So intrigued to hear Tash Dowie's MVP. Who are you going for?
I mean, I'm not going to be able to say a name straight away without explaining it. So probably throughout the 90 minutes I would have maybe leaned towards an Italian, but we've gone and won the game. And I hate to do this because they came on, but I just think Adjaman scoring the goal, her all-round play, her hold-up play was brilliant. I really thought she was a handful. You couldn't say Esme Morgan, she was solid, a solid 7-8 out of 10 throughout the game, but I just think Adjaman, what she's done as a 19-year-old kid, she's my player of the match. I'm going to have to give it to her.
I don't mind that at all. She's brought the joy, she's brought the love, and you know in Ghanaian in the language, Adjaman can mean saviour of the nation. Incredible, isn't it? She's just absolutely perfect in all our eyes. Just pure perfection. Michelle Adjaman, MVP, thanks to McDonald's.